massive number of victories. The count in my thumbnail is the current count as the live stream begins. So don't believe what the media are telling you. Trump has had so far 174 wins and only 9 losses, which is huge. So I'm going to talk about that a lot on the radio today. And of course, calls are welcome from those of you watching on YouTube, and I'll be taking calls from the radio listeners too. And there's still a lot more coming in. So already 174 wins of Trump-endorsed candidates, just 9 losses. So the media, man, they'll have you thinking something else happened. All right, here we go.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Oh, man. Welcome, everyone. It is the Wednesday after the election. Welcome, one and all. You are listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Oh, man, celebrating 45 years on the radio this year, the Steve Kane Show. And my name is Brian Craig. Steve will be joining us in progress later on, and I've got some news for you. President Trump had massive and landslide victories last night. And I know it doesn't seem that way. I know, I went to bed early last night. I do not stay up on election night and watch the returns. I like to wake up in the morning and find out what's going on. And I got up this morning, I went through the news, and it was doom and gloom. It was over. It was like Trump had lost everything. And then I went over to Truth Social, which was absolutely amazing. And President Trump put it out there on Truth Social, and it's the truth of what happened last night on Truth Social. But Donald Trump is the only place where I saw his endorsement count. Right now, as we speak, and this number will go up. Right now, as I am speaking to you right now, you would not know this by watching any of the news, including Fox. President Trump has had 174 endorsed victories. 174 of the candidates that President Trump endorsed that were up for election or re-election last night won. So President Trump has 174 victories right now and 9 losses. That very well may be and probably is a world record. Okay, and what they're telling you, what they're doing in the media, I know this is crazy. Did you know that? I'm going to say this a lot throughout the show today because no one is reporting this. President Trump had 174 endorsed victories and just 9 losses. And we're going to add to that number. We're not done yet. And we'll talk about this as the show goes on, and your calls are certainly welcome at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. I don't want to hear any Republican whiners and crybabies who, I understand if you get your news from cable news, you're going to be depressed this morning, okay? But they're spinning something. They're blaming Trump for losses where he was not involved in the campaign and didn't endorse. So this is a massive Trump wave that we had last night. President Trump probably, I think it's safe to say, has just made a world record in a midterm election for endorsements, 174 victories and just 9 losses. But the media, including Fox, hate Trump. Now, I told you guys, the chances of winning everything is like impossible. I mean, didn't you know, we knew going in that President Trump's endorsements were not going to be 100%. Now, maybe you think I'm out of touch with reality here, but 174 wins of Trump's endorsements and just 9 losses, and we're going to get more wins added to that. That's as of now. I think that's a landslide victory for President Trump. Don't you? I told you guys, if President Trump lost just one, All right? If President Trump lost just one, they would declare it a loss. Now, I'll take your calls on this, but, you know, when I woke up this morning and I went through the news, I felt like you guys feel that President Trump had a loss last night, a major one. And then when I went on True Social and I saw that President Trump, he put it right there, 174 victories and 9 losses, I was like, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Now listen, I'm not happy about this. They elected this ogre, Frankenstein's monster in Pennsylvania. I mean, that sucks. I'm not telling you that's good news. And those of you in Pennsylvania, I feel your pain, man. I feel sorry for you guys. But like, for example, Zeldin, who last I looked had not conceded yet in New York. Let's say Zeldin loses in New York. How is that a defeat for Trump? Did Trump go to New York and campaign for Zeldin? Did he go to New York and have a rally for Zeldin? No. Herschel Walker, we know that's going to go to a runoff now. Okay? And what happens in that runoff? Well, who knows? But most of the analysis I've seen, they're favoring Herschel in a runoff. Maybe, maybe not. We'll find out. Okay? Kari Lake, okay, we don't know what's going on in Arizona quite yet right now. Kari Lake, though, I follow her on the Twitter. She's been up all night. And she tweeted just about 4 o'clock in the morning, our time on the East Coast. This is Kari Lake. Election update. Brand new election day vote of 55,000 ballots in Maricopa is huge. And Kari Lake, you know, the trend, I don't know what's going to happen in Arizona, okay? I'd be shocked if Kari Lake, and I'd be upset too if Kari Lake doesn't pull this through. But the votes that are coming in Arizona, from what I see right now, the trend is in Kari Lake's favor. Now, we'll see how that plays out. And I know a lot of you are upset. You know, you think I'm happy? You think I'm happy that we've got Fetterman going to the United States Senate? I'm not happy about any of that. You think I'm happy we got a Democrat that won as the governor of Pennsylvania? I'm not happy about that. I want to win everything. Okay? But I'm just here to tell you that I'm focusing in on Trump's endorsements, Donald Trump's endorsements, and 174 victories and just 9 losses. That seems to me to be a world record for someone endorsing candidates in a midterm. But I want to hear what you all think. 1-888-GO-KANE 1 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. By the way, this is going to be going on for the next few days, week, or weeks. Oh, and so far as the DeSantis-Trump riff, President Trump and Melania went and voted for Ron DeSantis yesterday. Do you go and vote for someone and make a big deal about it after you've endorsed them if you think things aren't going to go well? So, you know, listen, I'm sorry we didn't win everything. I'm not happy about it. I'd like to win every race in the country. I'd be very happy with that. But I want to really focus in on President Trump's 174 endorsed victories and just 9 losses at the latest count. And by the way, that number comes from President Trump himself. He posted it up on Truth Social. So after the first break, okay, after the first break, I will go to the phone. So if you're on hold, the phones are ringing. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE 1. 888-465-2631. Now, listen, maybe some of us had our expectations too high. Okay? But no. 174 endorsed victories for President Trump and just 9 losses. I think that's massive. Is there anyone out there who thought we were going to win everything? And I don't want to hear any conservative crybabies this morning. We had huge wins. You know, a lot of these ones that we did win are because of Mitch McConnell and the Republican establishment. You know, the Republican establishment did not want to win the majorities last night. You understand that, right? The Republican establishment wanted to have a loss because they want Trump to have a loss, and they don't want MAGA people coming to the House Senate. But I understand watching the news this morning, you feel like Trump lost. That's not the case. And this is not spin. These are actual numbers I'm giving you. All right. We're going to take our first break of the hour. When we get back, I will go to the phones. But again, I don't want to hear any conservative whining. I don't want to hear any conservative crybabies. Any conservative who's whining and sad this morning is just confirming that they've been lying when they said they don't watch Fox News Channel. I watch Fox News Channel. Oh my goodness. It's like razor blade time watching their analysis. All right. We're going to take that first break of the hour. We'll come back with your calls. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. And we'll be here till 9. We'll go over everything that's happening and happened last night and we're expected to happen today and this week. Don't go anywhere. Back after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action.
I'm sorry, guys. Jamin, you can't talk that way on the YouTube, man. Yeah, people should not be watching Fox. I'm sorry. You know, people pissed. Trump had 174 victories so far last night. How's that bad news? You know? Well, some states lost. I mean, some states we didn't, I mean, you know, we had problems in some states. There's no getting around it. You know? No, we did not get our butts kicked last night. We did not. Plus, we definitely got the House. The Senate, maybe. Good chance still with the Senate. I told you guys a week ago Tudor Dixon wasn't going to win in Michigan. You know? Let me look here. Well, a lot of you are in Democrat states, so that adds to your depression. You know? No, Lake is still in play. And the votes coming in Arizona have been in Kari Lake's favor. It doesn't matter if we win by 9 or 12 seats. We still win it. My goodness. People win gold medals with 1/100th of a second victories and spend their whole life as gold medalists. Give me a break. Well, hey, listen, we want Republicans to win in every race, okay? But explain to me, and I'm serious about this, how is it a loss for Trump when Trump had 174 victories last night so far and just 9 losses? How is that a devastating loss for Trump? Right? Looks to me like Trump had a good win. Good run there last night. Wesley, $5 super chat. Thank you. I want to thank Wesley. Oh, man. I tell you. Oh, man, if you're just tuning in, President Trump had 174 endorsed victories last night. Huge in just 9 losses. So, I mean, there's huge victories for Trump last night. And I know a lot of people feel depressed. It's because you watch the mainstream news. Now, I want to introduce you all to a brand new sponsor here of the Steve Kane Show, EET Fence and Gate Repairs. Oh, man. Steve has all kinds of damage to his gate and his fencing and everything, and EET came out. They're repairing everything. Do you know what's like almost impossible to find in the fencing industry? We found it, but you know what's impossible to find? What is it? You know what it is? A fencing company that does repairs on fencing and repairs on your gates. These other companies, oh, no, we only do complete fences. Yeah, but I only need a repair. Well, we only do whole fences, but I only need one part. They won't do business with you. EET services, they do. They are fence and gate repair experts. By the way, they have over 20 years of experience here in South Florida. They're licensed and insured. They're family owned and family operated, and they'll give you a whole new fence if you want one, need one, but they do repairs if that's all you need, and they work on all types of fencing: wood, PVC, chain link, aluminum, iron. I probably left some out. Steve's got a nice gate for his pool. It's all messed up. They're fixing it. They were just out at Steve's house yesterday. They work on both residential and commercial fencing. They offer 15% off if you're a first responder, military, or a school teacher. And by the way, they will beat any competitor's price on fencing. If you have an estimate on fencing or gates or something from another company, they will beat it. Also, there's no minimum charge. That's right. The other companies, they'll only do work if you'll pay them whatever amount of money minimum charge. EET, no minimum charge. That's right. And they give free estimates, which is unheard of in that industry. What they're doing to Steve's house is amazing. His gate is like destroyed. They're fixing it. Give them a call. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. Here's the number: 561-255-1170. 561-255-1170. One more time. 561-255-1170. If you just need a repair on your gate or your fence, they'll take care of you. 561-255-1170. All right, we're going to go to the phones, and I'm really not in the mood for crybabies today. I'm sorry, I'm not in the mood for crybabies. Donald Trump had 174 victories and only 9 losses so far, and that number's going to go up in the wins. Let's go to the phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Mike from Louisiana.
Oh, hey, Mike.
I'm not gonna be a crybaby. I just say this about Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell comes from the old guard of the Republican Party, where they'd rather be in the minority because that gives them the ability to complain about things and not govern and not get things done.
Well, the Mitch McConnell establishments, okay, there's an old phrase about this with these establishment country club snobby Republicans. They would rather control the loss than lose the victory, which means yesterday came out in multiple very credible sources that our former governor, who's one of our senators now, Rick Scott here in Florida, was going to challenge Mitch McConnell for the Republican leadership position in the Senate. McConnell and many others wanted the Republicans to lose everything yesterday, except their own seats if they were up, because they view it as a Trump loss. And I know a lot of people, I'm looking at the chat room on YouTube, people are pissed at me. I'm sorry. I mean, I just don't understand, Mike, maybe you can. How is Trump responsible for losses in campaigns where he didn't endorse and wasn't involved in? 9 losses and 174 wins of Trump endorsements seems like good news to me.
That is good news, and he is not responsible. If he didn't endorse, look, I get what you're going to say. What people will say, well, he endorsed Dr. Oz, and Dr. Oz was...
We can't win. That's one of the 9. Oz is one of the 9.
I think he endorsed J.D. Vance as well.
Yeah, and he did well, and he won. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I can't blame Trump for Lee Zeldin. I mean, you know, listen, there were a couple of high-profile ones that lost, okay? Oz to, Shrek. Tudor Dixon, I told you guys a week ago, because I was looking at the polls, and she was like 16 points behind in some of the polls a week or so ago. It's upsetting. But we still have 174 Trump-endorsed victories and 9 losses. I'm not connecting all these other things to Trump. I'm talking about the ones that he endorsed.
Right, and that's the thing, that these guys, they always look for negatives. They're negative Nellies, you know. They always look for the negative. And 9 losses by Trump, even though some of these losses Trump did not endorse, like you said, he did not endorse.
Yeah, and so what if we have the majority by 5 or 10 instead of 30? You know, I was talking during the break. There are people that are gold medalists, okay, that have an entire income for the rest of their lives as a gold medalist that have won by 1/1000th of a second, you know, in some of these swim races and things like this. I don't care as long as we got the majority.
Yes, and that's the thing. We got the majority. Now, it could have been a stronger majority in the Senate because of what Mitch McConnell's done. It's basically almost to the point of being 50-50 again, which is bad.
Well, I was listening to Matt Schlepp's wife. What's her name? Mrs. Schlepp. There. I forgot her name. I can't. Yeah, Mercedes Schlepp. She was talking about how Mitch McConnell made sure people lost by making sure they didn't get campaign funds. You know, listen, I'm not happy. You know, I want to win every race, but I'm just, am I spinning here? Am I crazy? Trump endorsed a lot of people. He's had 174 wins and 9 losses. How's that bad news for Trump?
That is not bad news for Trump. They want to make it like bad news because they want Trump not to be as powerful as he is with the Republicans.
I mean, look what happened. Look what Trump did in Dade County. Trump turned Dade County, Miami, everybody calls it Miami that doesn't live here, but he turned Miami into a red county. He had a rally on Sunday night for Marco Rubio, and boom, he turned a strong blue place into a very red place, and now Florida is no longer a swing state at all by any estimation. That Trump did that on Sunday night. You know, they keep telling you it's the first time it went Republican since Jeb Bush. It's true. Jeb Bush lived in Miami, and his wife is Mexican, okay? So he had a lot going for him down there. He's very well connected in Miami forever. He's been down there since his daddy was president, you know? So, you know, I mean, it's amazing. I'm sorry. And I know some of you live in Democrat states, and I know that's got to add to your depression. But I want someone to tell me how 174 wins and 9 losses of Trump endorsements is a loss last night. Maybe I'm nuts.
And think about this. It was a huge win because think about this. He could have held all that stuff against Marco Rubio that Marco Rubio said in the campaign when he was running against him for president, but he didn't. He came out, he endorsed him, he held that rally, and Marco Rubio won big.
That's right, and he turned one of the largest counties in Florida. It's either the first or second largest population zone in Florida. Jacksonville's very big up in the Northeast, but he turned a blue area strongly red. I mean, that's amazing. All right, hey, Mike, Louisiana, thanks for the call. I want someone to tell me that Trump lost last night with 174 wins and only 9 losses so far. Please. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Callers on hold, don't go anywhere. Back with your calls after this. 888-465-2631. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Callers on hold, don't go anywhere. Back with your calls after this. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, guys. This is not spin. I mean, these are the numbers. Yeah, Fetterman won. That's one of the 9. Well, Guam gets no vote in Congress, so that doesn't help. Yeah, Trump only had 9 losses. And I would imagine that Let me ask you guys this. Give me a yes or no on this question, okay? Before you tuned in to my stream here, did you know that Trump only had 9 losses and 174 wins? Did you know those numbers before I share them with you? Yes or no? Because I think a lot of you that are upset probably have been up all night watching the liberal news. No. Ken knew. One person. Yeah. That's crazy. Exactly. The media want you to think Trump lost. 2 people said they knew. Yeah, because they follow Trump on Truth Social. I immediately went to Truth Social to find out which, because I knew Trump would have the count. And when I turned on the news and I was like, what happened? And then I go on Truth Social and get that number for Trump. I took a screenshot. I posted it on Truth. I posted it on Instagram. I posted it on Twitter. And I made it the thumbnail for this video. So, I mean, those of you that are feeling depressed, I think most of it is you've been watching the news media that have been depressing you all night and all early morning, who aren't telling you what I'm telling you. So, I mean, this is huge. Hey, some of them are high profile. I get it. You know, this ogre, Shrek, that they're sending in Pennsylvania to the Senate, I mean, that sucks. That sucks. See, this is why on election night, this is why I don't watch all the coverage all night with these never-Trumper, hateful, fake, conservative Republican jerks. I wake up in the morning, I find out what happened in the end so that I don't have my mind clouded with all their BS. We haven't lost the Senate yet. Oh, man. I'm going to go right back to the phones after our break here at the bottom of the hour. I understand. Some of those 9, Herschel's going to go to runoff. We're going to get a runoff with Herschel. You know, but... I mean, I'm not happy. I want to win everything. But I think Trump did really good last night, considering. And let me tell you, Zeldin. See, the media want to make this a DeSantis victory, calls a MAGA divide, make Trump a loser. DeSantis went and had a rally for Zeldin. Are they blaming him for Zeldin's situation, DeSantis, the media? They don't even mention that. He went and had a rally for him last week. Trump didn't go to New York and have a rally for Zeldin. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I mean, this is the most MAGA channel on YouTube. I broadcast live on 6 radio stations while I'm live streaming here on YouTube. And everyone who's already subscribed, please like the video. Arizona is still counting. But the votes that have come in Arizona, I don't know how that's going to turn out, but the votes that are coming in have been trending in Kari Lake's favor by huge numbers. Boebert's behind, and they're still counting. Yeah, I know, they got Kamala. I know. Hey, listen. It's the way it is. I mean, what happened. But Trump's endorsement numbers are pretty good. I mean, I can't help it that ththese blue states are out there voting Democrat. I mean, you know. Because I know a lot of people are upset that these blue states didn't go red. Well, what the hell do you expect? Yeah, no, the trend in Arizona is in Kerry Lake's favor. That's why I'm wearing the shirt. I got a listener sent me this shirt. I just got it yesterday. And those of you that, people send me things to the radio station, I got a new address. It's changing right quick. I have the new address for the radio station in the description. Oh, we just won another house seat. That's awesome. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit here and be depressed. And I don't want to hear whiny conservative, we didn't turn the blue red. Of course we didn't. They're blue, run by a bunch of jerks. All right, coming back. All right, coming back.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show, celebrating 45 years on the air.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. We have a full board of calls. We'll go to the calls in just a moment. And if you're just tuning in, Donald Trump had massive victories last night that no one's reporting except me. President Trump had 174 endorsement victories last night and only 9 losses. I know some of those 9 losses hurt, like Oz, but 174 wins, just 9 losses. Huge, huge, huge. And I'm looking for some people to tell me how that's bad news for Trump, that he had 174 wins and 9 losses. How's that negative? Now, before I go to the calls, we are in Christmas shopping season. There's no better place to do your Christmas shopping than MyPillow.com. And with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, there are huge savings there. In fact, you can take advantage of all the specials you see at MyPillow.com with our promo code Kane. I want to tell you real quick here about the MyPillow 6-piece towel set. I have 2 sets of these. They're normally $89.96, but with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, just $39.98. That is huge. Huge. $50 off. I have 2 sets of these. You hear Mike Lindell in his commercials when he's talking about his MyPillow towels. He says, towels that actually work. What a concept. Man, is that so true. I've told this story before. It's amazing. Okay? I got out of the shower one morning. All our MyPillow towels were dirty. All I had was the washcloth, the little tiny washcloth from the 6-piece MyPillow towel set. So I grabbed it. I dried off my entire body and my hair with just a little washcloth of Mike Lindell's, and my hair and my body were completely dry. That's how good. That's just a little washcloth. Yeah, the towel set is amazing. Like I say, we have 2 sets of them, one blue, one white. But they come in many different colors, and they make great Christmas gifts. And like everything Mike Lindell makes, very high quality. We've had our MyPillow towels for a long time, and we wash them and we dry them all the time, right? And they look like the day we got them. $50 off the MyPillow 6-piece towel set. They make great Christmas gifts, guys, with our promo code Kane, of course. And also, Mike Lindell's coffee, the My Coffee at MyPillow.com. It comes in whole bean, ground, and the Keurig cups. I've ordered the Keurig cups for home. Mike Lindell's coffee, 50% off with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. And you get a free travel MyPillow Go Anywhere pillow. So great deals. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane, Kane. All right, every line on the board is lit. I'm going to go to the phones, and I don't want to hear any whining. President Trump had huge landslide victories last night, and a lot of people are upset with me. I don't understand. Explain to me how Trump has 174 endorsement wins last night. So far, and that number's going to go up, and only 9 losses, why I should be depressed over that. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jeff from Maine, Brian.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, this was a victory, and no doubt, I thought it would be a bigger victory. I'm a little surprised about that, but there's no way people can blame Trump. Where were the establishment Republicans and rhinos out there on the campaign trail for fellow Republicans?
Exactly. Exactly.
I put it on our establishment Republican. We need to change the Republican.
Well, that's what Trump's doing, Jeff. And you look at President Trump, what he's done is amazing. Here he is alone fighting two parties. I mean, obviously he has us, but he's out there alone fighting the establishment of both parties, and still, I believe, probably broke a world record on endorsement victories in a midterm last night. And it's being spun as a loss. Let me ask you, Jeff, before I mention it on the air, I bet you didn't know that he had 174 wins and only 9 losses last night.
No, I did not hear the exact number.
Yeah, and I got that from President Trump. I knew I was so upset when I saw the media, when I saw the news when I woke up. I thought we had a big loss. When I went to Trump Truth Social to see what President Trump had to say, because I knew he'd have the count there, and sure enough, right there, he put it up about 2 o'clock in the morning.
And I'm sound asleep during those hours. I wouldn't have seen that.
Well, you can see it now. You guys can go to Trump's Truth Social right now and not just take my word for it and go and see. I mean, you know, listen, I'm sorry we didn't turn all these blue places red. I'm really upset about Pennsylvania. They got this ogre now, Fetterman. You know, is he going to put a suit on, or is he going to wear the hoodie in the Senate? You know, I mean, I'm sorry, and I know some of the 9 are high profile and hurt. But hey.
One thing about Arizona.
Yeah.
Kerry Lake, because the biggest problem in Arizona is the border with illegal immigrants, drugs, and crime.
That's right.
How is that race even close?
Well, the votes that are coming in Arizona that are all in favor of Kerry Lake. The votes that are coming in, she's had huge gains. Follow Kerry Lake on the Twitter because she keeps you updated in real time when she gets the numbers. And the trend is very much in Kerry Lake's favor with all the new votes that have been coming in. And they're only like 60% counted or something. You know, so this is, you know, I don't know how Arizona's going to turn out. I'd be shocked too, and I'd be very upset if Kerry Lake loses in Arizona. But the trend is your friend, and the trend is in her favor. Now, I know a lot of people listening around the country are in blue states. You know, me being in Florida, I get maybe I'm a little more. I'd be depressed too if I lived in a blue state. But I'm sorry that President Trump didn't turn all the blue states red all of a sudden last night. That's not what he was promising to do as he was endorsing people.
He was promising to get the majority switched, and he didn't say the vast majority ever either.
That's right.
We need to just get a majority so that we can stop this crazy spending.
And by the way, we've got the House locked up. They're not going to get any legislation passed, and there's going to be major investigations out of the House of Representatives. In the Senate, we don't know quite yet. Okay, we're going to have this runoff with Herschel. It's going to be tight, you know, and it may be 50-50 with Kamala. Who knows? But no, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not happy. I want to win everything. But we didn't. But President Trump won almost everything that he endorsed.
And we're just a matter of 2 years away from electing President Trump.
Correct.
And that's not very long. And we need to still keep up this fight because we, the people, are the rightful owners of.
That's right.
Donald Trump. And Donald Trump said, they're not out for me. They're out for you, we the people, and I'm in their way. And that man is standing up. He doesn't have any responsibility, really, to defend this country anymore after what.
And then look what he did. And then look what he did. All right, hey, listen, Jeff, thanks for the call. Look at what he did here in Florida. Florida was a swing state forever. It's no longer a swing state. Florida will not be a swing toss-up state probably for the rest of my life. Donald Trump did that. So I'm still looking, one opening on the board where Jeff was at 1-888-GO-CANE1, looking for someone to tell me how 174 Trump endorsement victories and only 9 losses is devastating for Trump. I'm looking for that. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
You're Brian.
Oh, here we go. Here goes the first razor blade cutter caller today.
That's Charlie Kirk and Sovic and the whole panel, and they're super pro-Republican. So I really need a little time because I I think.
Yeah, you're not gonna get. I'm not gonna turn the show over to you. This is what I want to know. This is what I want to know, Richie. Trump has. Tell me how Trump has 174 endorsed victories and 9 losses. How's that bad?
Because you're going to cut me off again.
Answer my question.
Party. He's the leader of the Republican Party, right?
No, the question is 174. See, Richie doesn't want to. Richie, President Trump had 174 endorsement wins and just 9 losses. How's that a loss?
Here's the deal. I listened to that panel, okay? The fact of the matter is this. We all want to win. You saying that President Trump turned Florida. No, Ron DeSantis turned Florida, my friend. They all...
Are you kidding me? President Trump made Ron DeSantis.
That Trump lost. He carried...
Trump lost. How did Trump lose?
You are so blind, it's ridiculous. You want to know why people are mad? You're like a child here. You're blind.
I'm blind?
And you're so blind with Trump. Listen, I want Trump to win everything.
Yeah, I do too. I want to win everything.
The fact is, according to them, the only Republican... It was a...
Okay, so you find a couple people that agree with you, Charlie Kirk and Jack Posobiec?
Analyzed all night.
I don't care what panels analyze. President Trump had 174 endorsed victories and only 9 losses. So far, that seems like great.
Congress. How come we didn't carry more in the Congress? You know this?
How come we didn't win by more? Okay, we're up against a break. How come we didn't win by more? Welcome. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We'll take our last break of the hour and be right back. Up against a break. How come we didn't win by more? Welcome. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my goodness. Am I being crazy? Am I crazy here? Am I crazy here? Explain to me. Trump had 174 endorsed wins and only 9 losses. How is that a loss for Trump last night? Now, if he had gone around and endorsed everybody and the numbers were reversed, then we'd be talking. I mean, give me a break. I was waiting for Richie. Got 2 openings on the board if you'd like to call in at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. I mean, what the heck? By the way, this is one of our MAGA brothers who watches us here on YouTube. Robert Allen Miltenberg wrote this really cool book, Pool Boy to the Mob. It's available on Amazon. It's very well reviewed. Go and buy it. He's a good MAGA guy. And he worked at a mob-owned hotel in the 70s, and he wrote this book about it. And the reviews on Amazon are very, very good. Pool Boy to the Mob. Order yours. Super MAGA brother author there. Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm not spinning today. When I got up and saw the news, I felt like you guys. Oh, my goodness. And the first thing I saw was Fetterman, right? So I'm like, oh, my, you know. So and I'm going through the news. I'm going through all of it, and I'm looking, I'm like, what is going on here? So then I said, you know what? I bet you Trump's got the count. Let me get the count, right? So I go and get that count, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. And that was about 2 in the morning he posted that. My goodness. I mean, I'm sorry we didn't turn the blue states red. I mean, what the heck? You know? Insane. It is insane. Oh, man. Yeah, we got this hurricane coming to Florida. And I had to drive in the rain from the outer bands of the hurricane to get here this morning. I think Richie hates Trump. What do you guys? Do you guys think Richie the bus driver hates Trump? Yes or no? Maybe he just hates me. 174 to 9. How's that a loss? I feel bad for people in Pennsylvania. I mean, that sucks. But I do agree. I heard some analysis that the governor candidate we had isn't liked too much up there. Oh, man. What a day. What a day. Yeah, Pennsylvania, get out. I mean, come to Florida. Oh, man. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. I live stream and I'm on the radio every weekday morning. I upload a lot of other content here, including my podcast. I do some very good vlogging, live streams from Mar-a-Lago and everything else. Here we go.
Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All right, I'm looking at a full board of calls. Callers on hold, stand by. I'm Brian. This is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. And again, just updating you, President Trump had 174 wins last night and just 9 losses. And those numbers are going to have more wins added to that. But before this is all over, that's what we're talking about today. Now, when I came into work, I got the outer bands of this hurricane that's heading to Florida. Oh, my goodness. It was raining all the way in. And they're saying it's going to hit... well, I better not say exactly where, because I might have an old report, but it's going to hit within our listening range. Yeah, I know. And even those of us that don't get hit, we're going to get some really, really rough rain and some winds, and we got a hurricane coming. I mean, I'm going to get some generator gas today just to be safe. But I'll tell you this, even though we got a hurricane coming, we have someone that can help us out. That's Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting. He's a good MAGA guy. He rebuilt Steve's entire house from the roof on down, and Tom Laporta, who will never sell you a roof you do not need, is a Florida roofing and general contractor, okay? And that is the highest level of contractor's license in the state of Florida. Listen to this. If your home, your business, your condo, your HOA building, if your roof gets damaged by this storm, call Tom Laporta right away. Make him your first call. I'm going to give you his number in just a moment. And Tom Laporta will get you in the queue to shrink wrap your roof. This is a new concept to me. I've never heard of this before, but I'm not the roofing guy. Tom Laporta is. So if your roof is damaged, Tom Laporta will come out and shrink wrap your roof. And you know that shrink wrapping comes with a 1-year guarantee, and then he will negotiate directly with your insurance company to get that roof repaired, replaced, whatever it needs. Now, this number rings directly to Tom Laporta's cell phone, okay? You can find him online at laportacontracting.com, but call him directly on his cell phone, 954-604-4602. 954-604-4602. One last time, 954-604-4602. That's Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting. He'll take good care of you like he did Steve Kane. All right, we're going to go to the phones. We had our first depressed person today so far, Richie, the bus driver. All right, you're on the radio. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Michael.
Michael, where are you calling from?
Missouri.
Hey, what's up?
I wanted to talk about
Yeah.
that we're not answering. 28% of all voters are voting primarily being bought.
Nah, I'm not going to get into all of that. I mean, Missouri. Give me a break. Give me a break. We're not going to get distracted here, okay? Open phones is Friday. Oh, my goodness. All right. I let that guy go, and there's already a full board again. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Richard from Pompano.
Hey, Richard. What's up?
It's just a question of procedure regarding Pennsylvania. Remove him.
I don't know how that works. It probably has to do with how much time's left in the term, Probably have another election. They'll elect some other Democrat, probably. I mean, Fetterman, and we got a Democrat governor. Yeah, we lost both. We lost 2 of Trump's 9 losses are both in Pennsylvania. Yeah. Courage. I mean, no, hold on. Keep up the courage. Listen, was this a defeat for Trump when he had 174 victories and just 9 losses? I mean, is that a loss for Trump?
That was great. I'm one of those negative people.
Oh, you're a negative person. All right. I don't have time for negativity. Arizona, listen, the vote, you say Arizona. The votes coming in Arizona are trending in Kari Lake's favor right now. What are you writing off Arizona for? Because Fox News told you to? Fox News hates Trump. Fox News hates Trump. Okay? So they're putting this in a way. You can't blame losses on Trump of races where he didn't endorse and have rallies. What's wrong with people? My goodness. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
You got me?
Sounds like you.
Hi, Brian. It's Neil in the UK.
Hey, UK Neil. What's happening?
Well, you know, what always done off, Brian, with all these doomers, like, there's a couple of things here, right? Number one, right? Trump spent 6 years now telling people to stop listening to fake news. And yet, what have we seen just by some of the few phone calls you've had this morning from supposed Trump supporters or conservatives? Well, the fake news told me this, the fake news told me that. Like, when are they going to get it that they have to stop listening to fake news? Like, when are they going to get it? Because they're clearly not getting it. And case point number two, like, we're waiting on how many results to come through?
A lot.
How many results to come through? Exactly. Now, the House is pretty much wrapped up. With what I'm seeing with the Senate, and I really, to be honest, it's pretty analysed, but
Yeah,
what I'm seeing already is that it's pretty level 50-50 at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Every opportunity, Senate. But yet again, what we're seeing, Brian, is the absolute doom patrol that go off on emotions without researching. And this is what you're seeing. Yet Trump tells them for 6 years, stop listening to fake news. And the other point here, sorry, Brian, is the fact that you have these people that they're on the Trump train, they're off the Trump train, they're on the Trump train. When Trump's doing well, they want to get on the Trump train. When things go against them, they want to jump off. It's like, you couldn't have, like, so many fair weather Trump train jumpers on and off. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah, now listen to this. Listen to this, Neil. This is President Trump's post at about 2 a.m. here on the East Coast on Truth Social. Donald Trump, 174 wins and 9 losses. A great evening. And the fake news media, together with their partner in crime, the Democrats, are doing everything possible to play it down. Amazing job by some really fantastic candidates.
yeah, and yet, Brian, these people that listen to Fox News, who runs Fox News? Paul Ryan.
Correct.
Ryan is swamp. Let me break it to all you doomers that believe every word Fox tells you. Paul Ryan hates Trump. He runs Fox News. You do the math.
Exactly. All right, UK Neil, thanks for the call. Yeah. By the way, he's UK MAGA, by the way. Yeah, he's part of a very, very large, strong MAGA group that we have in the United Kingdom. All right, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. The phones are very busy. I just let go of Neil and his line lit up. So if you're on hold, stand by. The phones are ringing pretty quick. There's one opening on the board now. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I mean, it is good morning. What people aren't noticing is you've given the number of 174 and 9, I believe.
Yep.
How would you feel if you took a hard test in college and got a 94?
Yeah. I'd be high-fiving it to graduation.
And they had
does that equal a 94? I didn't do well in math. Okay, so President Trump won 94% of his endorsements. And I know some of that other 6% are some big ones, like in Pennsylvania, but 94% of his endorsements are already victorious, and we're going to add to that number. That's right.
Is it?
Well, people are really upset with me. You heard Richie.
You know what? They're weak. They're weak, and Donald Trump respects them, but expected them. That's why he tells everybody, don't listen to the mainstream. Let's just see what happens and talk to the people who know. Now, they had written Donald Trump off. I mean, the Democrats and the right-of. They figured that they were going to have a disaster. Donald Trump was going to have a disaster. Okay, nothing was going to work. They wanted him written completely off. This man came in and polled 94%. when he was the most hated person in Washington.
That's amazing. I think we had a landslide Trump victory. President Trump had a MAGA tsunami last night.
Beyond amazing, because what happens is, this isn't just now. This sets the stage for 2024 that is going to be on.
That's right. And I'll tell you, some of these callers today, we're getting to see who's been lying and gets their news from Fox News, right? You can tell by their depression.
If you can't ride on the train, you can't bitch about it.
That's right. Hey, thank you. Where are you calling from, by the way?
This is Jim in Cincinnati.
Oh, Jim in Cincinnati. Okay, so we had some good victories in Ohio.
Oh, yeah, J.D. Vance took it when, hey, if you watched all night, he was losing. Everyone said he is losing. He won.
Well, the early counts are all mail-in and early voting, which always lean Democrat. You got to wait till later when the counts happen. That's when because a lot of Republicans voted on Election Day. Listen, I got to run, but thanks for the call from Cincinnati. Well, I did a little math there. So President Trump, 174 wins, 9 losses, which means that President Trump won 94% of his endorsed candidates won last night, but we're supposed to have razor blades out. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Now, listen, it's Christmas shopping season. Go to mypillow.com. Huge savings with our promo code Kane. And by the way, look at what Mike Lindell's gone through because he supports Trump, right? Raided by the FBI, canceled by his banks, Walmart, all the other big box stores. Great specials there at mypillow.com. I talked about the great towels earlier. The MyPillow 100% Giza cotton dream sheets. I have 4 sets of these. 6 sets. 4 regular and 2 flannel. And the huge discount on those, just $29.98 with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. And they come in every mattress size there is. I have these sheets. They perfectly regulate your body temperature. And that bottom sheet fits perfectly on all 4 corners of the mattress, even after washing them over and over and over for over a year. They look like the day they arrived. They make great Christmas gifts, too. So go to mypillow.com. You can take advantage of all the specials there with our promo code Kane, Kane. But the 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, just $29.98, their lowest price ever with our promo code Kane. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879, 800-716-4879. Back after this. Price ever with our promo code Kane. You can also order by phone, 1-800. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. President Trump won 94% of his endorsed candidates. And I'm sorry that we lost to Fetterman. I'm sorry we lost Pennsylvania. That sucks, okay? But, to me, that sounds pretty damn good. What do you think? My goodness. 94%. Are you kidding me? What are your thoughts on that? Yes or no? Did Trump win last night? Let me know in the chat. Yes or no? Did Trump win last night? Not talking about everything. Trump. I say yes. But what do you guys say? Yes or no? Did Trump win last night? Absolutely. Yeah.
Traffic check. A multi-vehicle crash involving a tractor trailer along I-95 heading southbound beyond Congress Avenue still has 2 left lanes blocked. Traffic is now backed up to Lynch.
And it's not over. Look at all those yeses. Look at this. Look at all those yeses. Yeah, and Chewbacca is leading, by the way, in Alaska.
Enter your vehicle ID info, answer some questions, and get a no obligation offer to sell or trade it. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car, schedule a time, and drive away with confidence. For all of the it's KBB.com.
Exactly.
Here's your True Oldies ABC News update.
ABC News now. I'm Inez de la Cotera. There is still plenty that's undecided in the 2022 midterm elections. We'll be do know is that Pennsylvania Lieutenant.
Yeah, I mean, Pennsylvania, that sucks.
Celebrity TV doctor Mehmet Oz.
Good. Well, I'm glad to see that most everyone agrees with me. This is my third bottle of water this morning. I have to go to the bathroom so bad I don't have time now because I was pulling you. During the next break, I got to run to the men's room.
A new generation is beginning to vote in force. Brian Clark.
Gen Z is beginning to make its voice.
Gen Z. I don't care about Gen Z. Gen Z. They're almost as bad as millennials.
30 by about 30 percentage points nationwide in House races. That's only 12% of the electorate. 44% of those voters say
Oh.
abortion their most important issue.
Florida bracing for a hit from a possible hurricane late today. Tropical storm Nicole gaining strength. This is ABC News.
If you're new to my channel, subscribe. I am the most MAGA person you will find anywhere on any platform. I'm here to tell you. And everyone, if you've already subscribed, please like the video. Liking the video helps me so much.
Less pain with improvement in mood, sleep, and the ability to work. Safe, effective relief is one peel and place away. Salon Pass. It's good medicine. Opinions are like
That's for sure.
Got one. Get yours in the Steve Kane Show.
All right, we are back. Only one opening on our board. Oh, man, it is the Wednesday after Trump's red tsunami last night. Our number 1-888-GO-CANE 1. Now, for people just tuning in, let me restate what's going on here because it's amazing. I, like many of you, woke up and was upset and depressed and didn't want to get out of bed because the first thing I do when I wake up every morning is reach over and grab my phone. Chaz, $10 super chat. Thank you. Please thank Chaz, everyone. I go and reach to my phone. First thing I see, Fetterman, the ogre one, right? Frankenstein's monster. And I go over, and all I'm seeing is bad news, bad news. I really did not want to get out of bed, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, not only do I got to get out of bed, I got to go on the radio for hours and talk about this. Oh boy. But I couldn't find a lot of key information. So I opened up Truth Social, President Trump's social media app, which you can follow me on at Real Brian Craig on Truth Social. And I knew that Donald Trump, because he does this every election, gives us a count. And President Trump gave us the count of his wins and losses. And he posted this on Truth Social at about 2 a.m. Eastern Time, right up the street from Mar-a-Lago. And he had 174 wins and just 9 losses. And our last caller before the top of the hour break did the mathematics on that. President Trump, 94% of his endorsements went to victory last night, and we're going to have more. Chewbacca's ahead in Alaska. I don't know, they got a weird thing up there. I don't know how it'll play out. It's not over. Herschel's going to go to a runoff. President Trump, does he have a golf course he can move to for the runoff for the next few weeks in Georgia? But President Trump, 174 wins, just 9 losses. 94% of his endorsed candidates have already won. 6% losses. Now, I know some of those losses hurt. Oz, we lost both big ones, and we lost the governor and Senate in Pennsylvania. I told you guys 2 weeks ago, Tudor Dixon wasn't going to win in Michigan. People got pissed at me, and I said I saw some polls. Just not going to do it. I'm sorry that the blue states didn't go red last night, but I think 94% of his endorsements are already victorious. I think that is a huge red Trump tsunami. 1-888-GO-CANE 1 is our number. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
JP from Texas.
Hey, Texas.
Good MAGA morning. 94% is an amazing figure, and the only people saying it's not are the Never Trumpers and those rhinos.
Well, I'll tell you, my chat room on YouTube, everyone was depressed when this show started this morning because the information I gave, they didn't hear it till I shared it with them. Because the media are trying to make you think Trump lost last night.
They ought to have Trump, Fox News ought to have Trump on this morning talking about this great victory that he predicted. I always thought Olive was a bad candidate. I didn't like that. I never liked it from the beginning. But the thing that really bothers me about this whole thing is I felt like that the RNC and some unnamed top candidates brought up this whole abortion thing, which I'm pro-life, but I thought that was the strategy to try to take Trump down.
Well, Trump's doing well. You know, listen, what they're trying to do in the mainstream media, someone is telling me it's 95%. So let me know, 174 wins and 9 losses. Is it 94 or 95%? Let me tell you, that's better than a lot of the grades I got in school, I'm here to tell you, and I graduated with honors, okay, from college. But I'll tell you this. What they're trying to do in the media is make it a Trump loss, so we'll leave Trump and say, oh, it's over, and jump on the DeSantis bandwagon in 24, and then as soon as that were to happen, then they'll start trashing DeSantis.
Yep, of course. Have a mega day.
All right, thank you. I don't know. I'm going to dump that because I didn't understand what he said. I got to wait for the delay to build back up. I didn't understand what he said there, so I just dumped it. It may have been fine. I don't know. But I didn't quite understand it. But it was a joke. 95%. I'm here. Oh, my goodness. Trump did better than we thought. Trump, 95% of his endorsements won last night. 95%. How's that a loss? Yeah, we didn't win everything. I told you guys that if he won all but one, that they would say the Trump era is over, devastating defeat. So we got 9. 5% loss rate. That's pretty darn good. 45, 195%. That's pretty good. I like that. 1-888 go Kane 1. Oh man, and President Trump right up the street at Mar-a-Lago. Oh man, they should be celebrating at Mar-a-Lago all day today. 1-465-2631. Okay, the delay has built back up. Back to the phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. That's Andrea.
Oh, hey, Andrea in Pennsylvania. Hey, sorry, you're still in a blue state, but Trump, 95% of his endorsements won. Oh, my goodness.
First of all, that's 95% of establishment Republicans that will not be doing anything.
Correct.
Beautiful. And people need to stop being so soft. Like, stop being so soft. But I will say this about the Fetterman thing, because I was watching Charlie Kirk too, and Fox, right? This is what happened. Fox News.
Mm-hmm. There's still counting going on? What's the latest count? I don't know. It seemed pretty far.
I haven't gotten, but I did not.
Well, from what now again, I'm no expert on Pennsylvania, okay? But what I'm hearing, what a lot of the analysts are saying, this is not me, but a lot of the analysts are saying that your gubernatorial candidate just is not well liked up there. That was a negative for us. But so what? I'm not in Pennsylvania, okay? We won 95% of the Trump endorsements. I mean, I know we had 2 big losses in Pennsylvania of that that make up part of that 5%. But I just don't understand how nationwide that's a loss for Trump, Andrea. I just don't see it.
It's not. And that's what I mean about people being so soft.
Yeah, butch up. Man up. We're MAGA. We're supposed to be tough guys, not a bunch of snowflakes.
So did everybody just think that the Democrats were just going to roll over? Is that what everybody thought? All right. They're fighters. And you know what? And now we have fighters. We have 95% more fighters than we had yesterday. So
oh, yeah.
Butch up.
And stop watching Fox. I was watching Fox this morning. I was so upset at especially after I knew what the numbers were. And I'm turning them on. I don't hear any of them give out the Trump victory numbers. They're blaming him for losses in campaigns he was not involved in. I mean, DeSantis went and had a rally last weekend for Zeldin. I haven't heard them blame DeSantis. Oh, DeSantis doesn't have it. He went and had a rally and endorsed Zeldin, and he's losing. Even though Zeldin hasn't conceded yet, that's, but come on. I mean, notice how they've left that out.
Well, the thing that I find interesting about Fetterman in Pennsylvania is he was the one that kept saying, we're not going to know for days. We're not going to know for days. And this is the contrast there. He jumped right.
Well, yeah. Well, he may have, well, if we get lucky, it'll turn. I don't know. I just kind of assume that you're sending Shrek to the Senate there, Does that thing on the back of his neck get its own seat?
I don't know. Well, maybe that's like
And I mean, I was shocked. Chewbacca is leading in Alaska. I was not expecting that at all with Murkowski. That's still going. And Arizona, everything is in Kari Lake's favor in Arizona right now. Everything's coming out in her favor. Forget about everything that happened yesterday. See, I was telling people, I didn't watch any of the coverage during the day yesterday. None of it. Because it just pollutes your mind and your thinking. I just wake up in the morning and find out what happened. That's the best way to do it.
Well, I will say that about the Charlie Kirk thing. I woke up at like 2:30, so I just wondered if they were still live streaming, and they were. And I don't know who this guy was with Charlie Kirk, but people in the chat room were like, "This guy is."
Well, listen, I'm a fan of Charlie Kirk, but Charlie Kirk's a kid. He hasn't been through very many elections, and he doesn't have a lot of a wealth of experience. Listen, I got to run for our break. Thanks, Andrea. One opening on the board. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Our number 888-GO-KANE-1. We'll be back right after this. Listen, I got to run for our break. Thanks, Andrea. One opening. Be right back, guys. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Our number 888-GO-KANE-1. We'll be back right after this. Okay. Got to run to the men's room on that one.
The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Morning 6 to 9 on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
The Steve Kane 2023 MAGA Cruise is right around the corner. We leave January 28th on the Celebrity Apex out of Fort Lauderdale. First stop, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Then Tortola in the British Virgin Islands. And then St. Kitts. With exclusive events just for our group. Fine dining together every night. Cocktail parties, shore excursions, onboard activities, and a whole lot more. On the line is Ian from Cruise and Travel Depot. Ian, why should listeners book right now?
I bought this group space during COVID, during the height of the pandemic, so we got some incredible deals.
Call Ian right now and lock in your cabin. 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. Join us as we celebrate our president, Donald Trump. Make your reservation right now. 561-244-5779. No liberal stowaways allowed.
For all your printing needs this holiday.
Custom printed holiday cards for my one-of-a-kind business.
Staples has you covered. It's beginning to look a lot like I need custom party invites. Fast.
I need cards for everyone to get can this year without spending an arm and a leg.
Staples has you covered with personalized holiday cards and invites.
93%.
Oh, yeah.
Holiday cards and invitations. Everything you printed, Staples, the working and learning store. Store online and 12/17. And restrictions apply.
An honest auto mechanic. You probably don't think they exist, but one does. Eddie at Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca will never do a repair on your vehicle that your vehicle doesn't need. He works on all makes and models. New, classic cars, even hybrids. Champagne Automotive Repair is the... My sinuses are killing me this morning, guys. I apologize for my sinuses. The air conditioning vent is right over my head. It came on like so cold. I just turned it up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. This is the most MAGA YouTube channel that there is on the whole platform. Okay, you will never hear me criticize or disagree with the great Donald Trump. And Governor Kari Lake right here on my shirt. Oh, man.
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I made around $200.
Wow. Well, there you have it. Stop paying full price for gas. Download the free Upside app. Real cash back every time you buy gas. This is Matt Crowder Radio News Network. Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back
every time you buy gas. Use promo code SALE for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SALE for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SALE.
Ready to get fired up? And you'll be racing for the phone. 888-COCAINE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian. It is the Steve Kane Show. Steve will be joining us at the bottom of the hour. You know, just right around the corner is our Steve Kane Show 2023 MAGA Cruise. You know, we take a listener cruise every year. And, well, we missed last year because, you know, the cruise industry was shut down. But we leave on January 28th out of Fort Lauderdale on the Celebrity Apex. And our MAGA cruise, this is our largest group yet. You know, every cruise, it's larger and larger because what we have with our cruise is a family. We're on the Celebrity Apex, which is a luxury cruise ship, the most expensive cruise ship ever constructed. And we've got the lowest rates out of anyone on board the ship outside of our group because we set this up when the cruise industry was shut down. I said, you know what, the cruise industry shut down, let's do it. We'll get a great price for you guys and our listening audience. We leave out of Fort Lauderdale. Our first stop, San Juan, Puerto Rico. We're going to Tortola and the British Virgin Islands and St. Kitts. We have exclusive onboard activities just for our group. We have dinner together every night. Onboard activities just for our group. We go to the Broadway shows together. We hang. I usually stay up till about 2, 3 in the morning with listeners hanging out, and then I'm up first thing at the coffee bar with people. We have shore excursions planned. Call Ian at Cruise and Travel Depot and join us. You'll have a great time. Yeah, my daughter's coming, bringing a friend of hers. My mother-in-law's coming. I mean, we're going to have a great time. Steve will be there with his wife, Lori, and it's going to be wonderful. Now, this number is for Ian at Cruise and Travel Depot. He's the travel agent that handles all of our cruises. His number, 561-244-5779. If you've already booked and you haven't talked to Ian lately, give him a call because we're, you know, setting everything up that we're doing. And he needs to touch base with you, too. 561-244-5779. Again, 561-244-5779. All right, there is one opening on the board at 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Let me recap, and then we'll go right to the phones. The media are lying to you this morning. The media want you to think that Biden and the Democrats had a huge victory and Trump lost everything last night. President Trump had one. I know people say, oh, you keep saying it. Nobody else is reporting this but me. Okay? And I got this directly from President Trump on Truth Social, okay? President Trump has 174 victories and just 9 losses. And by the way, we're going to add numbers to those victories. Right now, 174 wins and only 9 losses. 95% of Trump's endorsed candidates won last night. You hear me? 95% of Trump-endorsed candidates won last night. That is huge. I believe President Trump probably broke an endorsement world record in midterm elections last night. Unbelievable. I mean, that's amazing. They're blaming Trump for losses where he wasn't involved in the campaign. All right, let's go to the phones. 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. How you doing? My name is Maria from Florida.
Hey, Maria. What's up?
None. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I know a lot of people are depressed because they watch too much Fox News.
Yeah, they really at Trump. I didn't watch him. All night, so I didn't care. I want to watch and see what happened because I went yesterday in my polling where I live at in my community, and I went and voted. And we didn't have any problem. So Florida seems to me. Florida is really outmatching all the states, basically, all the Republicans.
Yeah. When I went to vote yesterday, for the first time, I had to wait in line. It was packed at my voting location. It was very busy. I was surprised at the turnout because Republicans like to vote on Election Day.
same thing too, because but I didn't stay in line because they have so many poll watcher workers in my community. I live in make the maintenance and maintenance over just before the turnpike.
I had to wait in 2 lines. I had to wait in line to get my ballot, and then I had to wait in another line to get a booth to vote in.
Oh, wow.
I've never done that before. Never.
Right. But it was a lot of people, especially in South Florida. I was so surprised because there was so many people in South Florida voting. I seen them everywhere. It wasn't even.
Well, I'll tell you, now that we have turned Dade County, now that we've turned Miami red, Broward's next.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Broward County did not have that many Democrats. They had some in certain areas, but it wasn't many. It was mostly Republicans.
Yeah.
It was really, they really outmatched them. I don't know what was the precinct was in Broward County, but I don't think it was enough to have the Democrat. It wasn't even close because I didn't see that many people. Everyone.
I mean, don't you think Trump had 95% of Trump's endorsements went to victory last night? That's amazing. 95.
Yeah, that's not his fault that the Republicans didn't beat by a big margin. I still think Kelly Lake is going to.
Carrie Lake's looking good.
Yeah, she's got a lot of votes out there, and I got my map, the GOP, not the GOP, but President Trump map, on my app on my phone, and it's showing there how many votes she actually got. And they say before maybe 12 or 2 o'clock, sometime today or tomorrow, that they're going to count the votes for her, but she's going to win it.
Oh yeah, and then it'll be 175 victories for Trump last night. I'm sorry, and it's so interesting when I got up this morning, I was depressed like a lot of you until I went to President Trump on Truth Social, and because I knew he'd have the count there, and when I saw that count, I was like, what? I was like, wow! I got right out of bed, jumped in the shower, and couldn't wait to get here.
Yeah, he had a lot of wins. It wasn't 9 wins. I mean, you can't really count and say, okay, he got a big loss. No, they would say that anyway. Even if he had 1 loss, they would have claimed that the Democrat had a big night. They did not have a big night. They had a big lot of cheating.
Yeah. Trump had a huge win last night. Carrie Lake looks like she's going to pull it through. Hey, Maria, take care. Thanks for the call. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, it's Greg.
Oh, Greg, too. Yeah, Trump won. 95% of his endorsed candidates won. You must be excited.
Let me ask you this question. Do you think Rubio and DeSantis won because of his endorsement?
Yes, because DeSantis wouldn't be governor if it wasn't for Trump.
Do you think he won yesterday because of...
Yeah, because he would not be governor running for re-election if Trump had not endorsed him.
You're not answering the question. Do you think he won yesterday's election?
Because of Trump, yes.
You're delusional. And you know what? You pick Trump over our country. You'd be happy if Trump has a great winning record and we lose the Senate. That's the honest truth. You've chosen Trump over the country. And that's a sad state of affairs.
Okay, now explain to me. You're the big shot lawyer, so you know more than me, right? You've got more education than I have. You have a graduate degree. You have a Juris Doctorate. You have a graduate degree. I'm just an undergrad, so you know more. You're more credentialed. You're smarter. You're more educated than me. So Trump had 174 wins last night so far, just 9 losses. 95% of his endorsed candidates won. Using your advanced degrees and credentialing and graduate degrees and Juris Doctorate and all that, how's that a loss for Trump last night? 95% of his candidates won.
Listen, I don't care what the percentage is for Trump. I care about the United States and taking over the Senate and having more House members. Because in 2 years...
No. How is that 95% of his endorsements won? Is that bad? Did he lose or win last night, Trump?
Of that percentage, how many of those...
No. Did Trump win or lose last night?
What I'm asking you...
No, we're out of time. It's time for a break. He can't say it. Trump won, baby. He can't say it. We'll be right back. Lose last night.
What I'm asking you, bro.
Now, we're out of time. It's time for a break. He can't say it. Trump won, baby. He can't say it. We'll be right back. What a dope. He can't say it. He can't say it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, and everybody, please like the video. Is Greg a never Trumper? He's a liberal, fake Republican. He claims to be a Republican who supports Ron DeSantis. But that's just him trying to have, see, liberals always are trying to pass themselves off as Republicans. Do you know why? I mean, let me see if you guys know. Liberal callers all the time try to pass themselves off as Republicans. Do you know why? I'll tell you why, but let me see if anybody can guess it. Why do liberal callers to talk radio shows pretend to be conservative all the time? I'll tell you. They know as liberals they have no credibility. The only way they have any credibility with the public is if people think they're a conservative. That's why they pretend. But, oh man. I'm excited. So Trump won. 95% of his endorsed candidates won. I mean, my goodness. That sounds pretty good to me, man. Listen, Oz, now answer me honestly, okay? Say yes or no. When Trump endorsed Oz, you didn't like it. You didn't like Oz. Yes or no? I know that our Pennsylvania listeners that call me on the air, like Christine and Andrea and others, they hate Dr. Oz. So yes or no? Yeah. People did not like Oz. So we had some bad candidates in Pennsylvania. Yeah, Tudor Dixon. I mean, that's, so I mean, a couple of those 9 that lost hurt. I mean, I don't want to lose Pennsylvania. I don't want to lose Michigan, but, you can't win everything. You really think Kathy Barnett would have won last night? Kathy Barnett, I like Kathy Barnett, but she's got a lot of problems in her background that would not hold up. Yeah. So we got candidates that aren't that popular, especially Oz in Pennsylvania. I don't think Kathy Barnett would have been able to win. Kathy Barnett, she had a lot of weakness to a lot of her narrative that would have been totally exposed. She would have been discredited months ago. Yeah. We have eagles and hawks out there. There was one last year that actually flew into the window while I was on the air. There's a picture on my Instagram of it. It scared the daylights out of me. Yeah, this is not spin. When I started the stream and I was sharing this information, if you go to the beginning of the chat, people were upset with me. They didn't agree with me and all this. And I'm sorry. This is a great day for President Trump. My goodness. How is Trump responsible for losses in races that he was not involved in? It's usually, like, for example, they talk about Zeldin and Hochul in New York. Did Trump go to New York and endorse and rally for Zeldin? No. Yeah, UK Neil's call was great. From our UK MAGA group. Give me a break. And Kerry Lake, everything coming in Arizona is trending in Kerry Lake's favor. So hopefully that comes out the right way. Oh, man. Well, we don't have the final numbers yet. We can swallow. We can swallow. We can survive it. This country's been through worse than Biden, believe it or not. Oh, yeah. Yeah, welcome. If you're new here, welcome. If I know the chat's going pretty fast. If you're new here and I or someone else hasn't said hello to you, you're still welcome. It's just the chat's going so fast today, a lot of people may get missed. But if you're new to my channel, welcome. You'll love this channel. You will love my content. I'm the most MAGA guy on the YouTube platform. No, well, Oz was liberal on some things that upset people, that are big issues, abortion and the transgender children stuff. DeSantis won because of Trump. DeSantis would not be the governor of Florida if it was not for Trump. Okay? He was losing 4 years ago until Trump came in. Here we go.
On Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Oh, yes, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Callers on hold, stand by. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. Oh, man, if you're just tuning in, just let me give you the update before we go to our calls. The media are depressing you and giving you a lot of fake news this morning. They want you to think that Trump lost last night. The opposite is true. There was a Trump red tsunami last night. So far, and this number will grow, all right? So far, 174 Trump-endorsed candidates won last night. 174 Trump-endorsed candidates won last night, 9 losses. Some of our callers did the math. 95% of the candidates endorsed by Trump won last night. 95%. And we're going to add to that number. A huge victory. There's one opening on the board at 1-888-GO-KANE 1. Now, yesterday, Steve had over to his house EET Services. They are fence and gate repair experts. You know, let me tell you, it is impossible. Well, it was impossible till we found EET. Nearly impossible to find a fencing company that will do repairs on your fencing and your gates. They won't do it. They tell you, we only install entire fences. Yeah, but I only have this one section that's damaged. So what? We only the whole fence, no repairs. I'm not kidding. EET were out at Steve's house yesterday. He's got a damaged gate on his fence. They're going to fix it. They are fence and gate repair experts. They have over 20 years of experience. They're licensed, they're insured, and they're family-owned and family-operated. They work on all kinds of gates, all kinds of fencing, wood, PVC, chain link, iron, aluminum. They handle both residential and commercial. If you're a first responder, military, or a school teacher, 15% off. There's no minimum charge, by the way. These other companies, they'll only do it if there's a certain amount you're going to pay them. Not EET Services, no minimum charge like the other companies charge you. And they give free estimates. Oh yeah, they'll beat any competitor's pricing. So if you've had some fencing company come over to your house and they've given you an estimate, EET will beat it. That's right. So give them a call right now. Here's their number, 561-244-1170. They were at Steve's house yesterday. They're repairing his iron gate. 561-255-1170. 561-255-1170. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. 561-255-1170. All right, we're going to go to the phones. All the calls are screenless on this program. Every call has been screenless this morning. Steve will be joining us after the top of the hour. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. What's up? It's Jay in the truck. Usually I'm calling from Pennsylvania, but I'm in Connecticut right now.
Okay. What's on your mind?
I think Trump won that fight, and to be honest, I was watching, flipping back and forth with the news, and so to hear that Trump won 74 and 9 losses, that makes me feel a little bit better. I think the issue is, if you go back mainstream media, CNN, all of them, Fox, this whole push to the right was happening. Even Gavin Newsom, right? Joe Rogan, was saying it's going to be like The Shining in the elevator doors. The flush is coming, and we feel like we didn't get control.
Okay, well, I'm glad you called. Let's talk. Okay. Now, again, there was a Trump red tsunami. 95% of his endorsed candidates won already. We're going to add to that number 174 wins, just 9 losses for Trump. That's a Trump red tsunami, no doubt about it. That's a Trump blue flush. But here's the thing. Have you thought about that the media who hate Trump, okay, the media and these Democrats were raising expectations so high so that even with this massive Trump red wave last night, you would feel depressed and like a loser today? Maybe they were raising the standards so high to make us feel like it was a loss?
Yeah, they could do that. I mean, they all play games like that.
Let me ask you this. This 174 wins for Trump and only 9 losses, before I shared that this morning, where did you see that story?
No, from you.
That's it. Nowhere else. Yeah, that's it. And I got it from President Trump. It's on his Truth Social. So there you go. So if the media led this morning with what I led, do you think people would have a different mood than they have?
You know what? I still think they're fun. We love them.
Oh, we didn't win by enough, was what you're saying. We won, but not by enough. How many gold medalists have won a gold medal by 1/1000th of a second?
Right, it's like this. All the crime, all the crap going on now, all the illegals, right? All the drugs, and it still wasn't.
There's still you're talking about Democrats. So we didn't turn New York red. Oh my gosh, it's over. I mean, gee whiz.
4 hours, right? It was like the blue flush.
It was. Trump. Well, listen, we got the House, and we may have the Senate. It's not over.
Say if we don't get the Senate, right? So you have.
Oh my goodness! If we don't get the Senate.
If we don't, and I hope we do, but if we don't, this sucks. There's 2 more years of
Well, it sucks. Yeah, it's 2 more years, and then we'll get more. There was a Trump red tsunami last night. There was a Trump blue. He won 95% of his candidates won. Only 5% losses. And we got Kerry Lake is everything's in Lake's favor. There's going to be a runoff with Herschel Walker. Most analysts say he'll win that. Chewbacca is in the lead against Murkowski in Alaska as we speak. So we could be adding to that number. But if we win nothing else, still 95% of his endorsed candidates have won. If we win nothing else, when has there ever been a victory that large from a president endorsing people?
No, that's good. It's the low-lying fruit that won, which helps. But
low-lying fruit. We flipped Miami red for the first time since Jeb.
You can see that coming. I mean, that was.
No, we couldn't see that coming. And Miami last week, they beat to a pulp a Marco Rubio, Ron DeSantis canvasser. And I got news for you. I go down to Miami all the time. There's so many liberal loons down there. It's dangerous to be down there with MAGA gear. And they're mask crazy down there, too.
Right. Well, what also blows me away is the Kerry Lake thing. Katie Hawes.
That's not over yet. Oh, my goodness. They only have about 60% of the votes counted. And the new votes that are coming in are all overwhelmingly trending towards Kerry Lake.
They haven't even been
Oh my gosh! Where were you watching your election coverage? Be honest.
Flipping all over.
What to be? CNN, Fox. Okay, all the Trump hating places. CNN, Fox. Okay, all right, I get it.
Well, I'm just to see who.
Let me tell you. Fox News are liars. Fox News lead should be what my lead is. 174 wins, 9 losses. They're not doing that.
I think we potentially might not have gotten the Senate. That's the problem.
Oh, my goodness. We need some psychological sponsors on this program. We have people that are clinically depressed and feel like losers all the time. Trump won, yeah.
Right, be honest. 24 hours ago, we all thought the red wave and the blue flush meant control of the House and the Senate.
The Senate's still in play, man. It's not over.
Win that. That's what we all thought it was. Even the left was saying it, man, it's coming. It's coming. And so it's kind of like a shot in the arm for the Democrats.
Okay, so we won, but not by enough. All right, hey, listen, I got to run. I tell you, these people, oh, my goodness. Oh, man. Oh, man. Have you guys called Sloman's for your free doorbell camera yet? Call Sloman's. They'll tell you how you can get a free doorbell camera. I love mine. I can see what's going on outside my door anywhere. It gives you great security. It connects to your security system. Or you could just take a look and see what's going on at your front door whenever you feel like it. I'm going to give you the number right now, and they'll tell you how you can get a free doorbell camera. 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio, and they'll tell you how you can get a free doorbell camera. 833-283-5050. I use it sometimes to see what the weather's like because all the blinds are shut on my outside my front door. We'll be back right after this. 283-5050. I use it sometimes to see what the weather's like. Oh man. On my outside my front door. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. You know, but Fox News, they're not reporting all these wins of Trump's last night. They're presenting it as a loss. I mean, I'm sorry, guys.
One of the trendiest salon in Brooklyn is officially in Boca. Known for its
I'm sorry.
and uniquely talented staff, we're excited to offer a free consultation for every new client.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm just not gonna.
Location. Book your appointment today and get 20% off any hair service.
Located at 7600 North Federal Highway in Boca, or check us out on IG.
Let me see if I got a new update from Carrie Lake. Carrie Lake's been doing updates.
That's Denise with the Z.
It's hurricane season, and if you have a wet spot on your ceiling, you have a leak in your roof. When we had a leak in our roof at the Kane household, we called Tom Laporta. He's the best in the business. Remember, small leaks turn into medium leaks, and medium leaks turn into big problems. Call licensed contractor Tom Laporta for a free roof inspection. 954-604-4602. And tell him Steve Kane sent you.
Eagle Eye Protection Services for all your firearm and security patrol service needs. Receive personal firearms training, including concealed carry for you, your friends, your
Oh, man.
instructor owner Mike Bonner. G-license.
Oh, my goodness. Carrie Lake has gained a lot. It's $49.50 right now. I told you the trend is all in her favor.
A former cop now policing the airwaves. 2 to 6, Oldies 95.3 and 96.
Wow.
We talk about how Dr. Appleton has rid me of knee pain with his laser away pain system. Let me introduce you to Dr. Appleton.
I had a new patient on Saturday, came in with sciatica, leg pain. She lifted something wrong on Saturday. She said, can this help me? And I said, sure. And we did the laser on her on Saturday. On Monday, she returned and she said, thank you, thank you, thank you. The joy of doing this all these years is helping patients. And the laser is just an amazing tool that I use to help people with acute, chronic, young, old, golf, tennis players, NBA, football players, male, female, it doesn't matter. The laser will help. And once we finish patients up, I never hear from anybody. What I do hear from them is the referrals, the family, the wife, the cousin, the nephew that comes back to me. And that's the biggest joy of my life.
Give Dr. Appleton a call at 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710 and say bye-bye to your pain.
Smarter than 95.
All right, I got all choked up as I was turning my mic on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve is joining us now. Before we get started and recap, I want to tell everyone I'm all choked up, guys. I'm all choked up at all these Trump victories last night. But I was listening to the recorded message with me and Dr. Appleton, and I want to add something to that. Dr. Appleton is offering for Steve Kane listeners, okay, if you heard about him on the radio, free acupuncture when you have your laser away pain treatment. Now, let me tell you, I've been telling you that I've had pain in my finger, and I went in to see Dr. Appleton for it on Saturday, and he gave me an exam and said I have arthritis. I have arthritis in my finger here. And I know a lot of you, I'm lucky, I only have arthritis in one finger. I know a lot of you guys out there have arthritis in all of your fingers, and I know it. I can only imagine the torture you're going through. You don't have to. Listen, I was suffering from really, really bad pain in my finger from this arthritis. I went to see Dr. Appleton, and he gave me both the laser away pain treatment and the acupuncture, and boom, I'm not feeling pain right now. It's absolutely amazing. So those of you that are suffering from arthritis in your fingers, call Dr. Appleton. And by the way, the free acupuncture is, it's not just for the fingers, okay? Whenever you go to see Dr. Appleton for the laser away pain treatment, regardless of what pain you're suffering from, wherever your pain is, you still get the free acupuncture, all right? He's open Monday through Saturday. Appointments are not necessary. Walk-ins are welcome. His number, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710, and online at AppletonCairo.com. All right, Steve's joining us. Can I do a recap, Steve, and then we'll get going? Okay, now I'm the only one reporting this, okay? The media are not reporting what happened last night because they hate Trump, okay? And when I woke up this morning, I felt like many of you, like there was this massive loss last night. And I got out of bed. I woke up and laid in bed. I didn't get out of bed. I reached over and grabbed my iPhone and started going through the news, and it was just awful what I was reading. It was I did not want to get out of bed because I'm thinking, not only do I got to get out of bed, right? I got to go on the air for hours and talk about this, and it looked devastating. I said, you know what? Let me go see what President Trump said on Truth Social, his social media platform, because Trump on elections always does the counts. And President Trump, at 2 a.m.-ish, around 2 a.m., because I checked at 4 a.m., he posted up there 174 wins and 9 losses so far. That means, not only did, think about this, President Trump had 174 endorsement wins last night, only 9 losses. We're going to add to that number of wins soon. 95% of the candidates that President Trump endorsed won last night. Only 5% losses. That is a huge Trump red tsunami and a Trump blue flush like we've never. He broke a record last night, I'm sure, on success in endorsements. So all right, so that you're all caught up, and we got a full board of calls, Steve.
I want to point something out that seems to have gotten lost in the translation here. Originally, as this was conceived, it was a 2-cycle plan. We were supposed to clean up half the Congress in this last election that we just completed, and then in the presidential election that follows, the next election, we were supposed to clean up the other half of Congress.
Yeah.
And when you look at that, we're right on schedule. We're right where we were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Nothing was ever going to happen until Trump became president. I mean, this, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, this is a multi-step process.
This was the first step, and the next election was the second step.
And I know some of these.
And And when everybody's depressed.
Exactly. And some of these losses I know are high profile, Oz and Mastriano in Pennsylvania. I get it. I told you 2 weeks ago Tudor Dixon was going to lose. But I'm sorry. Steve, 95% of his endorsements won last night. That sounds like a red tsunami to me.
It's on schedule. It's what the plan was. The plan was to do it, and the final step is in the next cycle when he becomes...
And win more. And then he'll have a midterm in the middle of his second term. Exactly. Even Steve's not depressed. And this is very unusual for Steve about this. You know.
Thanks.
No, this is a great day. And if President Trump is listening to Mar-a-Lago, you know, I mean, I got to tell you, I believe that President Trump, you know, our station reaches Mar-a-Lago. This is the radio station of Mar-a-Lago. If President Trump is listening, I believe you broke a world record for a presidential endorsement victory rate in a midterm election. That will only be broken when he does it again and breaks his own record. I mean, he's like the Michael Phelps of endorsements.
Which is the next presidential race as planned.
Yeah. You know, listen, the whole Senate was not up, only a third of the Senate. And by the way, it's been reported in multiple sources, including The Hill, that our great senator and former governor, Rick Scott, is going to challenge Mitch McConnell for the Republican leadership position in the Senate, which is huge.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry that New York is still blue. I mean, what the hell? I mean, did Trump go to New York and have a rally that I missed for Zeldin? No. All right. We've got a full board of calls, well, let's just go to them. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, yes. My name is Nick, and I'm calling from Avon, North Carolina.
All right. Nick in North Carolina.
How you guys doing today?
Great.
Good. The past two callers, Mr. Bryan, sounded like they wanted Trump just to endorse any Republican, like Republicans from the Bush era or the Liz Cheney era. It's what it sounded like to me. Just push somebody through so we can get them seats instead of America first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
That's what it sounded like to me, you know, and that's not the answer to our problem, you know. And when we do win back the Senate and the House, I think we should put our throats on our feet on the Democrats.
And if you're speaking figuratively. All right, appreciate the call. Yeah, I mean, that guy knows what's going on, you know, because maybe Trump wanted some of these Republicans to lose to clean out some of these establishment guys. I don't know, but Steve, you know, 95% of his endorsements won last night, 174 wins and just 9 losses on the Trump endorsement, and we got more coming. We're going to add to that win column. I just don't see any other way but to be excited about it. I'm sorry. And all right, well, let's go to exactly. Everything's going according to plan. 1-888-465-2631. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Rich.
Hey, Rich.
Yeah, I'm in North Florida. I've been watching what was going on. Excuse me. I've been watching. And just because somebody doesn't know what that plan is, that puts them on the losing side. Well, I'm 82 years old, and I can tell you that I've watched them come and go. And this reiteration of the fact that they don't know what Trump is doing makes it feel like something was lost. But Trump knows something was won, and he's not worried about it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I'm not worried about Kari Lake in Arizona. The votes that are coming in are all trending in her favor, and she's been gaining big in Arizona. Mm-hmm.
I don't pin that as much as I would, although we would like to see Kari Lake win, and that would kind of,
Oh, that'd be awesome.
It's called seal the deal.
Yeah. That seal the deal. I like that one. Yeah, that's good. You do not sound 82 years old, by the way. Your voice sounds much younger.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I've seen many, many, many presidents come and go. And I've never seen anybody who thinks so far ahead and has such a plan. And nobody, and he can't tell you what it is. He has it.
Yeah, and and another thing too, since you've been around for a lot of elections, have you ever seen a former president go out on a campaign trail and get 174 victories like this? It's never happened to my knowledge.
No, it hasn't, and the reason that probably that it hasn't happened did not office. They didn't come out. They didn't talk to the people. Okay, they were just hoping that their election crew would do the job, and then, oh, I won the election. Well, you didn't win it. The people around you helped you win it, but you didn't do anything to help it. And these people get so nonsensical about this, the way the elections are run.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was very careful on who he endorsed. He just didn't randomly endorse Republicans. Hey, listen, thanks for the call. Wisdom from our elderly listener there, 82 years old. All right, our number, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. There's only one opening on the board where that last very wise caller was at, 1-888-465-2631. Steve, I got to tell you, it's Christmas shopping season now. And if you go to mypillow.com, you will find incredible gifts. I want to tell them about one of the items you have, Steve, the full-length MyPillow body pillow, which is a MyPillow the length of your entire body that you can curl up with in bed. You have one of these. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and you love it? Yeah, and it has inside of it that same patented fill that the regular MyPillows have. And the MyPillow body pillow, again, makes a great Christmas gift. There's a huge discount with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. The MyPillow body pillow is just $29.98. That's usually $90. Just $29.98 with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. You can take advantage of all the specials at mypillow.com, not just the ones I highlight. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. All right, we'll be back for the final hour of today's victory celebration. If you're on hold, stand by. Don't go anywhere. Promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. I'm hearing music. For the final hour of today's victory celebration. If you're on hold, I heard music in the background. It's gone now. Oh, man. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. If you don't mind, please do that. And everyone, please like the video. If you've not already liked the video, please do. 174 wins, 9 losses. 95% of President Trump's candidates that he endorsed won last night. It doesn't get better than that. It does not get better than that. I mean, I don't know. It has to be 100% for people to be happy. I don't understand any of this. I mean, the expectations that some people have is out of control. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get some updated numbers. We lost a couple of high-profile ones, but what are you going to do?
Last minute just there was Steve. I don't know if he was far away or...
Yeah, he was off mic. Yeah, he was off mic.
Also in West Palm Beach, just be aware that commercial airline operations will cease at PBIA Airport beginning at 9 a.m. until further notice. Check with your airline for details. PBIA is not a storm shelter as well. The surface streets are in pretty good shape. No accidents reported at this time. This report is sponsored by Blindsor.com.
Every line on our board is lit. Naysayers. Well, most people are just, influenced by the media coverage. I mean, the media is not going to report all day what I'm reporting. They're not going to do it. They're not going to report it like I'm reporting it today. It's just not going to happen. Oh, yeah. I am starving. Starving. I am starving. But I can't eat for about another hour. I don't eat breakfast in the mornings because it makes me too tired before I go on the air. So I always eat after the show, so I'm starving during the show. Plus, I went to bed early last night. I don't stay up and watch all this jibber-jabber on the news. That just pollutes your brain. I like to wake up in the morning and find out what the results are in the morning. My sinuses are just out of control. Every line on our board is lit. There are still 64 House seats in play and 4 Senate seats. All right, we are back. I'm Brian. Steve is here. A full board of calls are on our board. Callers on hold, stand by. Just to update people before we go to the phones as we start the new hour, if you get your news from anywhere but this program, you probably think we had a massive loss last night, when in fact the red tsunami and blue flush did occur. President Trump's endorsed candidates, 174, you heard me right, 174 of Trump's endorsed candidates won last night, only 9 losses. That means 95% of Trump's endorsed candidates won. And we're going to add to that, by the way. That's just as of this moment in time. Now, a couple of those 9 are high profile, right? Pennsylvania are 2 of the 9, so I get it. But President Trump had a historic record-breaking endorsement victory last night. Very excited. We still have 64 House seats in play and 4 Senate seats. And the last I saw, Chewbacca was in the lead against Murkowski in Alaska. Now, before we go to the calls, I've got a very important question for you in this audience. Do you or someone you know and love suffer from neuropathy? Man, neuropathy is rough. Steve will tell you, he was suffering from neuropathy, numbness, pain, burning, tingling in your hands and feet, weak muscles, dizziness. Oh yeah, dizziness is a big one. That feeling of pins and needles in your hands and feet. I mean, it's torture. And what the doctors will tell you, there's nothing you can do. Go home and suffer. This is your life now, all right? Steve was suffering pretty bad. If there's a neuropathy symptom, Steve had it. And we did a lot of searching and found Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano. Not only do they have a treatment for your neuropathy symptoms, they have a treatment that works. It didn't just work on Steve, but many of our listeners as well. And I'm going to give you their number. Give them a call. Now, even though they're located in Pompano, no matter where you're located, give them a call, okay? Even if you're out of town or out of state, they can help you. The number is 754-222-6642. Now, when you call, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio, because if you listen to us on the show and tell them that, you get a free consultation, all right? 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642. Online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com. Give them a call and say bye-bye to your neuropathy symptoms. All right, Steve, do you want to go to the phones? What do you want to do? Full board here. Okay. Every call this morning has been screenless, and I'll tell you, I've noticed a big change in tone on the callers and in the chat room on YouTube. When I first started the show today, people did not know in this listening audience about the great Trump victories because the media are lying to you, okay? And people in the audience, when I first opened up the show, were upset with me. I'm spinning. And now, here we are a couple hours in, people are realizing, wow, the red tsunami and blue flush of President Trump's did happen. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, it's Carrie from Texas.
Hey, Texas.
Hey, I'm going to go back to the caller that was mentioning how could you put Trump ahead of the future of the United States. That had to have been the most ridiculous comment I think I've ever heard in my 56 years of life.
That was Greg too, Steve, that called with that.
Yes.
I have never seen this country in better shape than when Trump had control.
That's true. He's done all these. See, that's the thing with Trump. All the things he's not only talked about them, he's done them. His first term.
Blinding of how backwards the country has gone since this new administration and where we were a year ago. It's really hard to sit and listen to somebody speak in the manner that that gentleman was speaking and without having a bad case of anxiety. I mean, because the truth is so blinding out there. I mean, and you're right, Fox News, they're just a manipulative media, social outlet.
Oh, yes.
Well, there's confusion about Fox, and I'll tell you why, and I'm a Fox person, all right? There are clearly two different factions operating out of Fox, because there's the pro-Trump faction of hosts, a lot of them were on the weekend that are strong pro-Trump. In fact, a lot of them in the mainstream programming. Gutfeld and that whole gang that is on in the night, they're strong pro-Trump. And so it's hard to nail them down because you're getting two different sets of messages.
I totally agree with that. I also believe Herschel Walker is going to take it at the end of the day. I also believe Terry Lake is going to take it at the end of the day. I'm excited that Abbott was reelected. Now the Pennsylvania with Fetterman, I'm going to say this. People are going to disagree or.
Well, you know, I will tell you this, okay, about Pennsylvania, okay, and this will be a controversial thing, but if you think back and we're honest with ourselves, Republicans and MAGA people hated Dr. Oz. Were very upset at President Trump, okay, very upset, and they liked the other one, Kathy. I forgot her name. What was her? Do you remember who her name was? The black woman. And Trump didn't endorse her. And, you know, her background in bio had a lot of holes in it and problems. I don't think she would have done any better. But Dr. Oz was not liked by Republicans in Arizona. And I'm hearing a lot of analysis this morning when I was up early looking through everything about Mastriano, that he's not very popular there either. So we did not have great candidates in Pennsylvania. So, you know, I'm not so sure about whining about what happened there. I think we had... and Dr. Oz, a candidate, a lot of MAGA people says, I will not vote for him. He came out on his show, was pro the church. He had two issues that he did very liberal things on his TV show with, right? He had trans kids on getting sex change operations that he was celebrating on his show. And he was supporting abortion throughout the many years his show was on television. So those are two of the biggest issues. So, I don't like him, but, you know, hey, I'd rather be a Republican than a Democrat. But no, I think in Pennsylvania, I think we just had a guy running for Senate that just was never liked, even with the rallies, by MAGA Republicans. We'll see. Zeldin has not conceded in New York. Yeah.
I wanted to call and really just kind of put my finger on that one.
Well, Greg, too, is a fake Republican, okay? He pretends to be a conservative. He's a liberal. He hates Trump. He pretends to be a Republican for DeSantis to sound like he's got some credibility. But yeah, hear how angry he was? He was upset because Trump had a massive red tsunami last night.
someone like Trump to better our country? Why would anybody want to sit back?
Yeah. Because listen, if you look at Democrats are always pissed off and angry. They're consumed with rage. They're filled with hate. And they direct it towards America, towards Trump, and whoever else. I mean, that's just it. Liberals, that's why. All right, appreciate the call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? All right, Erica, what's up?
Yes, just for the previous caller, real fast, I just want to tell her that, now
Democrats.
Democrats, want a better country. And the thing is, we are up against every institution is against tradition, against conservatives, the media, Hollywood, news, academia. We got a lot to go up against, and it sucks, but that's where we're at. But this is what I want to say really fast, is that these grifters online, Cernovich, all these Ben Shapiro, Fairweather, Trump supporters, Matt Walsh, all of them, talk about how great Ron did in Florida. Well, so did Trump. Trump won Florida too.
Well, listen, I love Ron DeSantis, but if Zeldin loses, let me ask you this. If Zeldin loses in New York, are all these never-Trumpers that are praising DeSantis gonna blame DeSantis, who went to New York and had a rally for Zeldin last week? I think they've forgotten that happened.
Right. And the thing is, what we got to just be careful of and just keep our eyes open. I love Ron DeSantis. I think he's doing great in Florida, so I'm saying this. But they are trying, Mitch McConnell, Paul Ryan, to try to do Trumpism without Trump. And they're circling the wagons and trying.
That's right. And then they'll attack.
Hopefully Ron has enough brains in his head not to be.
That's right.
Right guy knows what they're up to, and so far has successfully avoided it. But the ego is a strange thing, and sometimes they're trying to appeal to his, trying to do everything they can to screw us up.
All right. Well, it's time for a break. So if you're on hold, stand by. We'll take a very quick break and be right back.
Trying to do everything they can to screw us up.
All right. Well, it's time for a break. So if you're on hold, stand by. We'll take a very quick break and be right back.
The Steve Kane Show, telling it like it is, whether you like it or not. Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
All right, and if you're on hold, don't go anywhere. It's time to check in with Attorney Barry Siegel from the Siegel Law Group. Attorney Barry Siegel, good morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Great. What do you have for us today, Barry?
Well, we've got the storm that we're all watching.
Oh, yeah.
And, our state just went through this very recently on the other coast. And, if we remember, it did shift at the last moment. And, so it was very important for people to plan ahead, even those who didn't think they were in harm's way. And the point is that, a lot of us might think that, nothing's going to happen to us, whether it's because, we're very healthy or young or whatever it might be. And hopefully everybody is healthy and lives long, happy, healthy lives. But the thing is, we just need to be prepared to have things in place to take care of the people we love and protect the people we love. So it's in place just so that we have it there, so that we don't leave a mess behind, so the people we love are taken care of and protected. And that's why it's important to have, not only to do an estate plan, and that could be a simple will type plan, it could be a trust-based plan depending on your situation and your needs, but it's important to also have a plan to keep it up to date, because things change in your life throughout your life. Financially, the people in your life, the laws change, which of course we keep up with. So it's important to make sure you have an estate plan today and one that's going to work for you down the road.
That's right. And of course, Attorney Barry Siegel put together your estate plan, Steve. And I'll tell you, I'm not going to tell you the details on the air here. I am the executor of Steve Kane's trust. I'm the executor of many, many trusts. I'm a trustee guy. But someone in your family asked me the other day if I was the trustee of your trust. I don't know why. I don't know why they asked. I guess some people in the family may not like who you picked. I don't know if there's a problem there, but it caught me off guard. And I wasn't sure if I should say yes or no, but I don't know. Okay, because I was, this is what happens. But listen, Attorney Barry Siegel has been with us for a long time. The Siegel Law Group have not only done great work for Steve, but many people in this listening audience, and I meet listeners all the time who, and they separately, and they always tell me a variation of the same thing, that after they meet with you and your team at the Siegel Law Group, Barry, they feel relieved. They feel relieved, a big weight and worry off their shoulders. Now, if you mention you heard Attorney Barry Siegel on the radio, you get a free consultation with the Siegel Law Group. You can find them online at siegellawgroup.com or call 855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782. All right, Barry, we'll talk later in the week. All right, back after this.
Coffee.
All right, we are back. There's only one opening on the board at 1-888-GO-CANE-1. And I know I've been recapping this a lot, but I feel obligated to because no one is reporting the truth of the great victory President Trump had last night. So let me recap, and then we'll go back to the phones. If you're watching the media, you think we had a loss last night that was devastating for Trump. The opposite is true. President Trump had 174 candidates that he endorsed already win last night. Only 9 losses. That's huge. 95% of the candidates endorsed by President Trump won last night. And there's more to come, all right? Because Arizona, Alaska, and others are still in play. So that President Trump did bring the blue flush and red tsunami. And I've been recapping it after every break because if you watch the news, you've seen this on TV, Steve, they're telling you it was a loss. I mean, that's what I've been hearing. And the opposite is true. All right, 1-888-GO-CANE-1 is our number. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
How you doing?
Okay, you forget your name. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Victor Barney. I'm actually...
All right, Victor on the highway somewhere in Missouri. All right, what's on your mind?
Oh, let's put it this way, like the other caller said about Pennsylvania.
Listen. We had a candidate that the MAGA people hated in Pennsylvania, Dr. Oz. Okay, we lost because MAGA people didn't vote for Dr. Oz because they believe him to be pro-sex change operation for children and pro-abortion. That's. I mean, just live with that. I mean, accept that truth. You know, when President Trump endorsed Dr. Oz, our phones were lit with angry MAGA people, and they voted for. They did not vote for, and they voted for Oz, holding their nose. And many people did not turn out and vote for him because pro-abortion and pro-trans operations on children. Yes. That's right. We had bad candidates in Pennsylvania, unfortunately. That's right. Well, thank you very much. See how I flipped that guy around? Flip that guy around quick. You know what I think it is, Steve, a lot of it? A lot of the MAGA people are new to politics. They're recovered liberals. They used to be liberals until Trump came down the escalator. And they have a little bit of that liberalism in their veins still, of victimhood. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of that, I think, sometimes. Hey, listen, if you give up drugs, if you give up booze, every once in a while, you fall, right? You end up back at a bar, or you end up using again. It happens sometimes.
Plan from the beginning has a final cleanup stage which culminates in the next election.
Yeah.
President Trump
Correct.
We're right where we're supposed to be.
Correct. Yeah, things were just a huge victory last night for Trump. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian from Deerfield.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian. Brian, the party that should be depressed this morning is the Democratic Party, not the Republican Party. If you look at the guy who's in the bullpen to run for president down the road for us, Governor DeSantis, and you look what he did politically in the state, where he was able to take a county like Miami-Dade County, a heavily Latino county, and turn it and take that county. Where he was able to take Palm Beach County, where he probably needed a lot of people to cross over from the Democratic Party to take that county. If you saw his oratory abilities on his acceptance speech last night, I thought it was spectacular. It was high energy. He was charismatic. He had of all the candidates I saw, he had the most sensational evening of everybody. The other thing is the people who...
Yeah, because it's the middle of the night.
What he's built a political base in this country, state to state, county by county, that's going to be there for a long, long time. And that takes a lot of work and a lot of effort and a lot of rallies, and that works already completely.
Why do you think so many people are depressed this morning when Trump won 95% of his endorsed candidates? Why do you think people are so depressed about it? That we didn't turn New York red? What's the problem?
Well, one of the problems is, the reason they're listening to the commentary from the election shows. What I do is I turn that off and I just watch the numbers.
Yeah, I don't watch any of that.
Yeah, a lot of it's just pure hype and garbage. But if you take a step back and you see what happened, it was a terrific night, and especially for our guy in waiting, Governor DeSantis.
And I'll tell you what, I bet you in private, President Trump, I bet he performed better than he even thought. He only lost 9 so far, 174 victories, 9 losses. I bet he outperformed even his own expectation, personally, to himself.
Well, who's ever been close to that in the history of this country?
Mm-hmm.
But these are spectacular numbers. Spectacular numbers. I thought it was funny when he was down in Mar-a-Lago and he was watching the returns sitting in front of the TV set.
With the Secret Service around him? Did you see the Secret Service were around him when he was watching TV? What was that with that?
Yes, it is. I got to say, one point, the funniest line I heard all night, they said, who's the guy who ran for governor of Texas?
Greg Abbott. Oh, Beto.
No, Beto. That Beto is now the Charlie Crist of Texas politics.
Yeah. They should run together. What a bunch of losers. You know, I think Beto just runs, he better watch himself. I think he just runs because he likes the celebrity attention from all the girls and he's a player. His wife is a billionairess. His father-in-law is worth billions of dollars, so he shouldn't be playing around on the campaign trail making TikToks with girls and stuff all the time with his tight pants.
Well, who else is going to back this guy financially? He's a joke.
I read he spent over $70 million to lose it in Texas. It's crazy. Hey, listen, appreciate the call. Thanks so much. There's only one opening on our board at 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, this is Erica calling back from North Carolina.
Erica, it's 1 call per day, okay? 1 call per day. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Mr. Bernie, I got cut off due to signal.
No, because I was done with the call and moved on to somebody else, like I'm doing now. But thanks for the first call, all right? Take care. Oh, my goodness. 1-888 signal loss. He was talking, I guess, after we let him go. Listen, it's time for our break anyway. 1-888-COCAINE-1. There's 2 open lines where the double dippers tried to get through. 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. We are celebrating the blue flush and red tsunami that President Trump brought us last night. It's very exciting. I think you've heard a lot of analysis here that you've heard nowhere else. And we're here till 9, taking your calls. If you're on hold, don't go anywhere. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. My name is Brian. Steve is here, and when we get back, we'll get back to your calls, and there's some more to share, too. I mean, we haven't even gotten to our stuff today, But I am so excited. I have to tell you, what an exciting night we had. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
Tired of boring mornings? We serve controversy with your morning coffee. The Steve Kane Show. Oldies 95.3 and 96.9. Now, here's the True Oldies weather forecast.
From the WPBF 25 First Warning Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Vanessa Binette. Here's the latest update on Tropical Storm Nicole. Sustained winds of 70 miles per hour, no big changes. Tracking towards the west-southwest about 13 miles per hour. We are going to see those rain bands moving on shore all day long today. It will be increasing as we head into the nighttime hours and overnight. Gusty winds over 40 miles per hour. Hurricane warning still in effect for our viewing area, the Treasure Coast, and down into the coastal areas of Palm Beach County. So just keep that in mind. Try to take it easy today, and things will be looking much better as we head into your Thursday morning.
Follow Oldies 95.
Steve Kane Show. On Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane Show. Hold on.
Block stop for traffic.
Steve Kane Show. Hold on. I'm just reading a couple articles, getting updated on what's going on. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, guys. Everyone, please like the video. Steve Kane Show. Yeah? Hold on. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. We're coming back. All right, we are back. I'm Brian. You back with us, Steve? Okay, we got a full board of calls. If you're just tuning in, we have been celebrating the red tsunami of President Trump's. 95% of Trump's endorsed candidates won last night. I was looking over the Pennsylvania numbers. You know, Mastriano and Oz both lost by like 500,000. Okay, I mean we had a bad candidate in Dr. Oz. We got to admit that. We can't have pro-abortion, sex change operation, for children, people on the ballot. Okay, next time. But even with that, President Trump has had 174 wins and 9 losses, and we're going to add more wins to that column soon. And the trend we don't know how Arizona is going to turn out with Kari Lake, but the votes that came in, I'm following the count on Kari Lake's Twitter. The votes that have been coming in have all been trending by far in Kari Lake's favor. So that's very much in play. Chewbacca is in the lead in Alaska at the last look. I don't know how that'll turn out because they got that system up there that no one understands. But yeah, so things are still in play, and Trump had a great night, even if we have no more victories. All right, let's go to our phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Chris from Morgan.
Hey, Chris.
Good morning, guys. So I just want to dive into the numbers that you keep speaking about a little bit deeper, if we can.
Which ones? The Trump endorsement victories?
Right. So I'm curious, because I missed the first hour and a half of your show. Don't know if this was talked about already. But out of the 174, how many were in?
Oh, I don't have all those breakdowns. I don't have all that. I don't know.
Because that I think is more telling of the new candidates.
Well, a lot of them we know a lot of them are new because they're people that, Trump was going around with new MAGA people all over the place, but I don't have the exact number.
Right, and conversely, the ones that lost, how many were incumbents that lost?
Mm-hmm.
Tells the bigger story, because if let's say Biden endorses McCarthy, well, McCarthy's going to win no matter what, no matter if he gets an endorsement or not. So if Trump is endorsing the incumbent that may have won, besides whether they got the endorsement from him or not, I'd like to know how many new candidates were endorsed that ended up with.
Yeah, well, we'll find that out soon. We'll know that soon. In the next few days, we'll get all those breakdowns. But I mean, I think you're seeing that there was that President Trump over-delivered last night.
He definitely did. He definitely did. But like I said, when you break down the numbers, it might tell a little different.
Okay, all right, okay, you're repeating yourself, but good point. We'll look into that. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm from Lake Worth.
All right, Lake Worth, what's up?
Well, I overslept this morning of all morning, so I didn't catch Root Canal Greg's call.
Yeah.
What he doesn't seem to understand is that Trump has started the greatest revolution this country has seen since the American Revolution. And he needs to get back in there and finish.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he's doing well. All right, appreciate the call. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. Yes.
Mass.
Yes.
Yesterday on Trump. Trump is the leader of this party. DeSantis is his running mate for 2024 if you want to make this country right. It's time that we wake up, because that's it. Trump started it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
New Hampshire, I can't believe New Hampshire. We're going to be out of diesel up here by Thanksgiving. And you voted these nuts back in?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I guess they, yeah.
Wonderful. If the GOP had straightened out the election.
Well, it came out this. See, a lot of these races. By the way, thanks for the call. A lot of these races that were lost by design by the Republicans. Okay, Mitch McConnell was holding back money to campaigns for months so that they would lose. And I was talking about this in the 6 o'clock hour. The Republican, there's an old phrase, I did not come up with this, others did many years ago. The Republican establishment would rather control the loss than lose the victory, which means they're fighting for control of the party. Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan wanted the Democrats to maintain control of both houses last night. That's a fact, because they want the MAGA people gone. And the reason you're seeing all this Fox spin that Trump lost last night when the opposite is true, 95% of his candidates won, is because they're trying to get that narrative going. Don't believe it. Don't fall for it. I didn't watch any of the coverage all day or last night. I woke up and got that information. Don't let your mind be polluted by these liars in the fake news media. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hey, Augustino. I sent you a DM on the Twitter. Did you get it?
I am really ridiculous. Does this mean that we're going to have Biden for another?
Did you not know that Biden was not up for re-election? It's 2 years away till the presidential election, Augustino.
Okay, just say one thing to me. Does big horrible fight that I keep hearing about?
I don't think so. I mean, yesterday, President Trump made a big deal. President Trump went to vote yesterday with Melania and voted. Both of them voted for Ron DeSantis.
Okay. Man, I tell you what, Brian, this is really making me sick all night long. All night long.
Yeah. No, why are you sick? President Trump had 174 endorsement wins last night and just 9 losses. And we're going to add to that win column. Why are you depressed? You should be happy.
Okay, if you say so.
Well, what is there not to be happy about? Well, what were you watching? What were you up watching?
I was watching Kirk, what's his name?
I didn't see Charlie Kirk, but I've heard a couple reports that Charlie Kirk had some guy on who was making this a big Trump loss last night. They got people very upset. And I wouldn't be surprised if Charlie Kirk sets the record straight about that. Because if I'm getting negative feedback about Charlie Kirk, he must be getting it too from his own viewers and listeners.
I was listening to his show last night, and they were all sitting around talking how bad it was. And I'm sitting there going, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Well, it's good to hear from you, Augustino. Take care. See, I was a little short with Augustino, Steve, the other day on his call, and he sent me a message on Twitter. He was very upset, and I sent him back an apology, which I don't do very often, but I sent him back an apology. That's right. Oh, man. All right. Yeah, who was this guy that I keep hearing about that was depressing people on Charlie Kirk's show last night? If anyone knows, that's like the 3rd or 4th call I've gotten. Who was that never-Trumper that Charlie Kirk had on his program? You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Sheila from Fort Myers.
Hey, Sheila.
Yeah, but why is Pennsylvania so corrupt?
Listen. Pennsylvania didn't like Oz. I told this to the caller earlier. When Dr. Oz was endorsed by President Trump, we had a week of phone calls from upset MAGA people because Dr. Oz supported abortion on his show and sex change operations for underage children on his show for years. Okay? There's a lot of issues, but on our top 5 issues is the trans kid thing and abortion. And Oz was liberal on both of them. People didn't like Oz. I hate to say it. They sent this Frankenstein's monster, Shrek, okay, to the Senate in Pennsylvania. We lost. Pennsylvania. Liberals love communism. Liberals are communist. But so what? Listen, think about this now. Let me say it again. Trump had 174 victories and 9 losses. Which line? 3. Okay. 2 of those losses, 2 of those 9 were Pennsylvania. Did you think we were going to win? Did Trump have to win every race? He won 95% of them. How many did he have to win for people to feel okay?
I can't believe people.
Well, you know, when we have a candidate that's pro-abortion and pro-sex change operation for children, people are going to not support him. Listen, we're going to take a break for the Gold Report and be right back. Well, you know, when we have a candidate that's pro-abortion and pro-sex change operation for children, people are going to not support him. Listen, we're going to take a break for the Gold Report and be right back.
The longest running radio show in the state of Florida. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Oldies 95.
All right. And each morning at this time, we check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated right here in Boca with the morning gold and precious metals report. William Youngerman, how the metals look today?
Metals are good. Yesterday's big gain on gold and silver and platinum and palladium all up dramatically on a much lower U.S. dollar. And we saw gold, trade in a range of $1,665 all the way up to $1,719, closing out the day up $37.10 at $1,712.60. So we are well through that $1,700 resistance area again. Silver up 53 cents. It got up to $21.73, closing out the day at $21.33 the ounce. That was up 53 cents. Platinum, big gainer, got up over $1,000, got up to $1,015 yesterday and closed out the day at $999. That was up $16. And palladium gained $23 at $1,855. The U.S. dollar was down dramatically yesterday. And today we got a little bit of a pullback, but not much. Gold down $2.60 right now at $1,710 the ounce. Silver down 13 cents at $21.20. Platinum down $9 at $990. And palladium down $35 at $1,820 the ounce. So again, gold nicely establishing itself above that $1,700 so far.
What?
Dollars a barrel, and the dollar.
So things are looking good. What's the buy recommendation on the metals today, William?
We certainly love gold and silver, really.
Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. And, you know, those of you, obviously it's a good time for you to add to your stacks, but if you're new to metals investing, it's a great time to get in. And, William, could you tell people quickly about fractional gold?
So fractional gold, almost all of the countries minting bullion gold coins also mint them in smaller denominations of ½ ounce, quarter ounce, and 1/10 ounce sizes. So it makes it affordable for just about everybody. And of course, silver makes it a great daily investment for people that just want to stock away a few ounces here and there when they've got some spare money rather than blowing it somewhere else.
That's right. That's right. And with the fractional gold, because a lot of times people think, well, I got to buy a whole ounce. That is not the case. You know, those as small as 1/10 ounce, and these are coins from all the major mints, including the U.S. mint with the Gold Eagles. William Youngerman opens up at 10 a.m. weekdays. You can give him a call, 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010. Online, WilliamYoungerman.com, or stop right in, located at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, on the first floor of the Bank of America building, immediately east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto. All right, William Youngerman, we'll touch base tomorrow.
Weather conditions, we would recommend people give us a little call before you come out in this weather over the next couple of days.
Yes.
We will be open. We haven't scheduled any closings on the building or anything, but as of now, just give us a call to make sure.
That's right, because we do have a hurricane coming towards Palm Beach. All right, William Youngerman, take care. All right, back after this.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we are back. Callers on hold, stand by. I want to tell people real quick here, Yesterday, Steve, you had EET services come to your home. They're repairing your gate. And let me tell you, finding someone that does fence repairs and gate repairs is almost impossible. These companies, oh yeah, they say, no, we don't do repairs. We replace a whole fence. Yeah, but I only have this one section. Well, we don't do that. We only do whole fences. And I'm not exaggerating. It's very difficult. Well, we found EET services. Steve's got some gate repairs that he's having done. They are fence and gate repair experts. They've been in business for over 20 years. They're licensed and insured. They're family-owned and family-operated. And by the way, they work on all types of gates and fencing: wood, chain link, PVC, aluminum, iron. They work on both residential and commercial. If you're a first responder, a teacher, or military, 15% off. And listen to this, no minimum charge. All these other companies, the ones that won't even do repairs, they won't even come to your house if you need a repair, right? They require a minimum charge, or they won't do any work at all. They also charge you for estimates, not EET services, free estimates. But listen to this, they will beat any competitor's price. So if you've had another company come out to your house, look at your gate, look at your fencing, and they've given you an estimate, EET services will beat that price, okay? And they're working on Steve's gate as we speak. I'm going to give you their number right now. Give them a call. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. 561-255-1170. 561-255-1170. One more time, 561-255-1170. All right, our number 1-888-GO-CANE-1. I think we've done a lot of good here today, Steve. I think we've informed people of something they're getting nowhere else.
I think that's true, and I think the credit goes to you. You're very good at spotting these manipulations of them.
Well, I'm going to give credit. I don't want to take my own credit away, but I'm going to give credit to President Trump because, as I said earlier, when I woke up this morning, I picked up my phone. I'm laying in bed. I went through all the news, and I was like, "What is going on?" I said, "I'm going to go on the air for hours and talk about this. This is ridiculous. This can't be true." And I said, "You know what? Let me go to President Trump on Truth Social, because yeah." So I went to President Trump's Truth Social account. And he had the count. And let me read it to you. Let me read you. If you're on hold, stand by. We will go back to the phones. But since the media are covering things up today, let me read to you what President... And this is what got me out of bed. I jumped right out of bed, and I didn't need any... And I'll tell you, on today's program, I have done the least amount of show prep that I have done in all the many years I've been on the radio. Because all I needed was this one sentence from President Trump for the whole show today, because no one else is reporting this truth. So I'm still laying in bed. I'm on my iPhone. I'm reading all this depressing news. And then I go to President Trump on Truth Social, and President Trump said this: 174 wins and 9 losses. A great evening, and the fake news media, together with their partner in crime, the Democrats, are doing everything possible to play it down. Amazing job by some really fantastic candidates. And some of our listeners put the math together. So far, President Trump, 95% of his endorsed candidates won last night. 95%. 174 wins, only 9 losses. And I personally believe that in private with Melania, President Trump would tell her that he outperformed even his own expectations. This is a record that President Trump made last night with this number of victories that he's had. And what they're trying to do is all the races that lost that he wasn't connected to, had no endorsements or anything, they're trying to blame that on Trump. Are you kidding me? I mean, this is ridiculous. So we've spent the last few hours setting the record straight on the air, and when you listen to other programs today, see if anyone else points out what we've pointed out, or if they tell you it's time to look to DeSantis and it's over for Trump, and then put them on a list to never trust again. Okay? Because I'll tell you something. There's not a conservative commentator out there that has not been on Trump's Truth Social before they go public today on whatever platform they're on, television, radio, online. And they will all know the information that I've shared with you today. Plus the many thousands tens of thousands that will have heard it just from us this morning. So if you're listening to a conservative commentator that doesn't tell you that President Trump already has had 174 wins and only 9 losses, you're listening to a never-Trumper liar. Okay? All right, let's go back to our phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is JJ from Mass. Good morning, gentlemen. Hey, good morning, guys. I just think, people ought to get their damn chins up here. This is, to me, I know the 170 red wave.
That's right.
Battle. Steve, you talked about it. You said, and everybody going into this, if they had their eyes wide open, you have to realize that this every 2 years is like a battle to decide, how much trash we're going to throw out.
Yeah.
This is when we decide, how big is the dumpster going to be. We're not going to get rid of all the corruption and all the different things that are, if you think back to 2020, where was...
Yeah, if you look, now listen, people are like, they haven't released any numbers in 3 hours. It's because it's the early morning hours in Arizona. When things open back up, you're going to see things are going to continue to move in her direction. That's right.
For her, and she's definitely going to win that. You don't go from even the corrupt polls don't.
That's right.
Go as the curveball. She's going to win that. When you think about corrupt cities, you think about Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sorry that President Trump didn't turn blue cities and blue states red. What the hell?
Philadelphia is like.
And look at New York. Listen, Zeldin, who is not conceded, a huge chunk of the conservatives in New York got the hell out and are in Florida right now. So as well as Zeldin did, could you imagine if we didn't have the New York exodus? It'd be over in his favor today. Yeah, but I don't care. Listen, JJ, I don't care what people say about Pennsylvania. Dr. Oz was a terrible candidate for conservatives. Conservatives hated him. Hated him. All right. You're in denial. He's pro-abortion. He's pro-abortion and pro-sex change operation on children. No, hey, JJ, I'm going to try to squeeze everybody in here before the end. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Be quick, because we're almost out of time.
Okay, Victor from Silver Spring, Maryland. Yeah.
Well, see, I got news for you. Even in Florida, there were some Republicans who lost. As red as this state is, we flipped date, but there were still Republicans who lost against Democrats. This standard that people have that we have to have 100% victory with Trump endorsements is insane. I don't understand where this came from. Trump had 95% of his candidates won last night. I don't see how it gets better than that. Now, I just want to take a quick moment to tell everyone in the listening audience that Dr. Appleton, with his laser away pain system, is offering free acupuncture when you go in for your laser away pain treatment. Okay, free acupuncture. I had acupuncture on Saturday with Dr. Appleton. And let me tell you, he went in and he told me this pain in my finger. I thought I jammed my finger doing something. I have arthritis. Now, I know a lot of you have arthritis in all of your fingers. And I know arthritis pain. I just had it in one, and I was like, dying. He gave me both the laser away pain treatment and the acupuncture at the same time. And I'm here to tell you, I've had amazing response. I can move my finger. I could not move. I'm moving my finger right now, Steve. On Friday, before the treatment with Dr. Appleton, I could move my finger, but it was a massive amount of pain when I did it. No more. And by the way, Dr. Appleton with the free acupuncture with laser away pain isn't just if you go in for your finger pains, okay? But I know a lot of you are suffering from that. Arthritis in the fingers is a big problem, and you probably are just taking pills all day for it. Go talk to Dr. Appleton. But it applies not just to fingers, okay? If you have the laser away pain treatment for other pains, the free acupuncture, you get that too. If you mention you heard about Dr. Appleton on the radio. He's open Monday through Saturday. No appointments are necessary. Walk-ins are welcome. His number, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Online, AppletonCairo.com. Make sure you tell him you heard about him on the radio. Well, that's it for us today, Steve. Callers on hold, I'm sorry. We don't have time for more calls. But we'll be back tomorrow. We're here weekday mornings till 9 a.m. And we'll take more of your calls tomorrow. And tomorrow, we'll have even more information on these great... And let me tell you, I know some people are saying that I'm spinning. I'm not spinning. He won 95% of his candidates won. That is a world record, I promise you. It's got to be. That's unheard of, especially for someone who's not currently in office to go around and endorse like that and have that kind of endorsement success rate. It's unheard of. It's amazing what President Trump did last night. President Trump brought us a blue flush and red wave, red tsunami greater than anyone has ever done before. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve has been here. I'm Brian Craig. Everyone who's called in today, great calls. Thanks so much. Of course, God bless America and God bless Donald Trump. Oh, man. Hey, guys, I got to run, but make sure before you go that you like the video and you're subscribed if you don't mind, guys, okay? That helps me out a lot when you do that. Oh, man. And, I live stream here every morning from 6 till 9 a.m. Eastern when we're on the radio taking calls. Got a full board of calls now of people we just didn't have time for. And also, I upload my podcast to this channel. I do a lot of vlogging and shorts. You will not find someone that is as pro-Donald Trump as me anywhere. I promise you. It's impossible to be more pro-Trump than I am. All right, guys, again,